Hello, I'm Pyra, your little fire flower. Welcome to my stream. Hello there, Jade. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. My computer appears to be on mute at the moment for some reason, though. But yeah. Hello there, Lizard. It's been so long. Thank you. I'm glad you're okay. I did worry. But yeah. Jade kept up the glizzies without you, but you were still missed. Sound the alarms, I'm here. How's that? Did that work? Do you like my Nico November headband? It's headband. Nico November is safer than others. Things to do in November or avoid to do. You like it? I'm glad. Yeah. Oh, did you end up trying out Raid Shadow Legends? Oh no, I'm curious. Good, you love it? Good. That's right, I haven't turned that thing off yet. I got to it. I forgot to turn that thing, Raid Shadow Legends thing off, but oh well. Code and all of that is still taking counts until like Tuesday night. Well, I can't get my boobs over there that quickly. This is my chatting screen. Is that a glizzy at the back of my head or is it just me? I think Jade missed being able to drop glizzies in the middle of the stream on Friday. Although I do think the Raid Shadow Legends stream went quite well. But my count still is continuing until tomorrow night. Yep. So what have you missed? Well, I played Raid Shadow Legends on Friday. That was actually more fun than I was expecting. The small details around the curvier areas of the later characters were quite appreciated. There was more on the girls than there was on the boys. More variation, I mean, on the finer details. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Did you end up using the link? Or did you just intend to use the link? Because I know you said you were going to download it. Turned out, in order for people that already had the game downloaded to actually be able to get any of the bonuses and stuff, they would have had to have completely deleted it from the system and then downloaded it with my link for it to count. To the second level, pity. If you actually end up playing it till the end of the tutorial at like level 15, I'd actually get, I think it was $95 extra if you did that. But yeah, that's just how it goes. Although for most of the stream I'd made nothing. Let me do that. No, not right now. You can do it when I'm offline. Right now we need to answer this question. What should I play today? Because I don't know. As long as you do it before tomorrow night, I should be alright. by tomorrow night. So I got at least tonight. Yeah, I don't know what games to play. But yeah, I was hoping you guys might be able to help me out with that. As it is Morbid Monday, I would like it to be one of the more morbid games. So, that game. Is that even a real game? Because if so, I might need to check that out. I was thinking Dead by Daylight or Hollow Knight or Amori. One of those three, I think. But I don't know which one. Do you guys know? Do you guys have any morbid videos while we try and work it out? Which one you prefer though? I don't know. I'm happy to play all three. That's why I was asking. Yeah. I don't have morbid vids, only do music. I have a funny vid lined up, but not a morbid vid. How about you, Jade? I should check the Discord channel. You have a morbid video? Is it on the Discord or are you going to drop it in the chat? Wow, that's quite a lot in the Discord, huh? You've been busy. I feel a rasta mouth moving along right now. Then give me a rasta mouse. If that's what you feel like doing, then do it. Quiet, chair. You shouldn't be whining when I lean back. I'm saving up for a new chair. It's on Discord? Oh. Let's kick it there. And then let the cat in. And she wants to come in. Hey, you coming in? Let's stand out. What's it gonna be? Come on. I should change the channel. Rest the mouse. I gotta shrink, it seems. I'm too big. Pets would still work, but the grubbies, I don't think would. Or would they? Let me test. Double. Yeah, see, that's just my collarbone. That's the duchy. Yeah. Oh no, I still have Koji loaded up. I gotta turn Koji off. Yep.
Zuba duba duba danga. Zuba duba duba dang. Rasta Mouse and Scratchy and Zuma, also known as the Easy Crew. Crime fighters, they're very special agents, playing reggae when the work is true. Give it up, give it up, give it up for the Easy Crew. Solving mysteries in the neighborhood, always there to make a bad thing good.
Kinda works. I am in the shower. Yeah, I don't care if it's it's the best. That's fair. Is this the video you were talking about, Jade, or is it a different one? Yeah. Mm.
Broke into your house.
This is the video I had lined up. This granny is fucking hilarious.
Yo, watch this.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Granny, we gotta leave for dinner. You ready? Granny? Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm just knitting.
What the f***? Were you knitting in a tornado?
Seems that way. This is how you have the most lit Christmas. Step 1, put some marshmallows in your hot cocoa.
That's one hell of a trick shot. Nice, Granny,
Step 2,
nice.
save money to buy Christmas gifts. Put your money in the piggy bank. Now you need the money for the presents. I need that! Step 3, time to hang the stockings.
Granny's hilarious. I love the
Step
granny
4,
bits.
gotta fill those stockings. Merry Christmas! That man can use some candy. Step 5, feed your friends some candy. Step 6, put on some nice Christmas music to relax.
Hey man, are you finished with that shopping cart?
Yeah, I'm done. You guys want this?
Yeah, that one. Pass it here.
No problem, bud.
Put up a poll to help decide what to put on.
Chill with that.
Can I do another?
At least we can really go shopping now. Black Friday's coming up. Let's go, my guy. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm an island bird, and I'm trying to make it. I'm an island bird.
Damn, Granny, you really like this blanket, don't you? Oh, well, guess what? I got you a pillow to match it.
Oh, how comfy.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this. I'm
Yeah.
going to dreamland.
Okay, keep dreaming about whatever it is you like.
These are Granny's life hacks. Cutting pineapple is such a pain in the
Yeah,
Let
it
me
is.
teach you how to do it. Cut the pineapple like this. Grab a can like this and push. Cut around the can. Pull out, not like your dad. Are you a drug dealer? Or do you want to just hide your money? Grab a jar, grab a toilet paper roll, put the toilet paper roll in the jar, put that cash in there. Pour the rice in around it. Look, it looks like a jar of rice. This is how you turn one bag into 2 bags. Heat up a knife over the stove. Slice the bag while it's hot. It melts it and it makes a seal. It sealed it right up.
Why'd I pick the hardest shape?
You think you've got the hard shape? Look at mine.
Well, it is pretty hard.
What should I do to get it out?
I think you gotta lick it.
You don't gotta tell me twice.
Freaking me out, lady.
It's cracking. I can do it.
Yeah, you did. You're gonna die licking a wiener.
Now that's a happy ending. Ross, I got a new puppy. Isn't he cute? Come on, let's go for a walk. Let's go, buddy.
Grandma, that's not a dog. Did you forget to take your medicine today?
I did.
Oh, that makes sense.
How
Enjoy your
hilarious
new
is
golden
Granny?
retriever.
Knocking on the door hurts my knuckles. Just get one of these. Just flick those gummy bears. He's got bigger gonads than King Kong. Let me in. Those are some big knuckles.
Hey, come on in, Granny. Hey, and don't knock yourself out.
You feel like a girl. Put some heat on it.
All right. Grandma?
Hey, kids,
Emotional
don't do drugs, or this'll happen to you.
That's right.
Oh, shit.
Ross,
Oh, wow, I did miss swearing so much on Friday.
Come on, Granny. You can't take care of a cat. Where is he?
There he is. Check him out. He's on the counter.
What is wrong with you? Slowly. I'm about to prank Grandma. Grandma, when I drop these in there,
Can
it's
I
gonna
have
turn this purple
the
for a
pretty
split second, but
kitty?
you gotta look right
From
in
the
there,
counter.
just like that.
Oh,
It's gonna turn purple. But you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, ready? Is it turn? Oh!
Did she say tick, 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 tick,
Did it
tick?
turn purple?
Oh,
All right, let's see if the little man can hit it far.
Okay, we're doing color.
Here we go.
Is that what the vote says? Can I just ask, how hilarious is Granny to you guys? Or is it just me?
Got a hatchet, a knife, and a spiked club. You ready, Ross?
Nope, man. Time to bust my balls!
Here we go. Don't move. Don't move.
Guess I'm not gonna have any
I
kids.
didn't.
Taste testing these extra flaming hot
Oh.
Cheetos. Oh my god! Flaming hot Cheetos! Woo! Woo!
I'm sorry.
the
Her dick jerk
I've been
sounds funny.
constipated for 2 weeks, and I just don't know what to do.
I got you, buddy. Stay right there, all right?
Okay.
Whoa! I think that fixed it. We're good.
I walked in on my grandma napping in this blanket.
Oh, you live it.
Granny.
enough.
Grandma, what are you doing?
I'm just resting.
Where did you find this blanket?
It's so comfortable.
And then
I
she
bet
got
it
one
is.
tootsie.
Hey, can I get a grape?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
about me?
Thanks.
These are delicious. Wow.
Look at that motorboat over there.
Oh my gosh, the twin turbo with the dual engines, that's sick!
Okay.
That one, you idiot. That one.
Oh my gosh.
That's quite the
Hey,
motorboat.
loser, I bet you can't score on me.
Alright, if you say so.
He still blocked it. He blocked it.
Passing the phone to someone who was raised by giraffes.
I'm passing the phone to someone who can't ride the roller coaster.
I'm passing the phone to someone that survived the Titanic.
I'm passing the phone to someone who's had too much plastic surgery.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who's going to be a 40-year-old virgin.
Not really sure why I have this phone right now, but I'm passing the phone to someone who sleeps with their cousin.
The hell is this? I don't have time for this. I'm at a family reunion.
Granny, I lost my button. What do I do?
I got your fan. Just get a screw and a bolt. Put it through the hole. Not that hole, the jeans hole, you sicko. And screw it together, good as new.
Thanks, Granny. I love this button. But what if he wants easy access?
Get out of here, Granny! I got work to do.
Don't you just hate clogging the toilet with a big poop? Just get a mini plumber.
I got this.
What did he get a giant toilet?
Thanks, buddy. This is you when you're normal. This is you when you take Viagra. Hey, Ross, guess what I did?
I have no idea. What'd you do now?
I got a tattoo.
Hello there, Ninja. How you
Someone
doing?
Please help me. Please. Please.
There's a man stuck in the tree.
Oh my gosh, what? Oh my gosh. Sir, are
Doing
you
all
okay?
right? I'm glad to hear it.
Down from here?
Who are you?
I'm an elf from the North Pole.
Ah,
Why are you parachuting in?
Well, due to COVID,
been extremely
social
busy, huh?
distancing, I can't go in the sleigh anymore, so they're having us parachute.
Hey, man, Christmas isn't for like 3 months.
Hey, this takes a lot of work and preparation, you bitch.
Okay, he's an angry elf. You know what? I'm not letting you down, man.
I did my first boxing
Yeah,
stream
okay.
on Friday,
Well, you're gonna
which
be
is
stuck
pretty
up there,
fun.
you stupid
Um,
motherfucker.
Russ, what is that?
And I've been playing it in my own time.
Grandma.
Yeah, that's poop. Not good.
You got boogers in your nose.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
What about Burger King?
No, you got boogers in your nose.
We're going to be with Burger King?
You got boogers in your nose. You got boogers in your nose.
Boogers and boogers and the boogers and the
You got boogers in your nose.
I have Burger King to go to?
You got boogers in your nose.
Want to know what my life would be if I
got
was...
Burger King nose?
You got boogers in your nose.
my guess is you'd be nicknamed Short Stack and you'd be
You
able to
got
flip at him.
boogers in your nose.
I got burgers in my nose.
No, you got boogers in your nose. Boogers. Boogers in your nose.
There's a booger?
You
Yeah.
could find out just...
My
No!
grandma is
Don't do
terrified
that!
of
You
snakes.
could lead to death!
Today we told her we're taking her to a jewelry store
And
to
you're
get
at
a
risk of infection.
necklace.
It's because you've been so good to me all these years.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, you ready? I'm gonna take your blindfold off. You ready for
Okay.
your new jewelry?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Wow!
Can you see it? Did you look at it?
79% for Hollow Knight.
She's like, I love it. She didn't even look. Like, it's like the fakest thing ever.
I can't reach the top shelf. If you can't reach
Maury,
the
you
top
actually got
shelf,
some votes. That's
just
nice.
get a 7-foot tall friend. Oh, my back! I can't reach the bottom drawer. Well, don't worry. Just get a 4-foot friend to open it.
I heard you needed help with the bottom shelf. I got you. Granny, do you want a party?
I do.
Let's go!
This This is how you make a meat
Sorry,
roll.
she was.
Put the meat around a wine glass.
Apparently.
Just like this. Turn the glass over, pull it out, and like your stepdad, so freaking cute.
Yo, I found this lollipop that has a scorpion inside of it. And I'm gonna go give it to Granny. There she is, picking her nose. I got you picking your nose!
Yeah?
Hey, I got a surprise for you.
I like surprises.
A lollipop.
Wow, she just took that.
How is it?
Delicious.
Yeah?
You
My favorite
feel
grandson?
sure? I don't believe
You
that.
are so good to me, Roth.
Yeah.
I'm the short ass.
For freaking 20 minutes, there's no idea. It's freaking.
I would so eat a scorpion lollipop. I want to try it.
Today,
But then I
we're
want to
gonna
have
make
scorpion
the
to kill
world's
it.
biggest Oreo.
Let's go!
We're going to need 72 pounds of butter. Throw the butter in
Well,
the
you
dish.
wanted to know what it'd be like if you were
25
short.
pounds of pure
Like,
sugar.
could you be a short
Looks
sack
like
that no one could
cocaine.
flip? Because you'd be
98
flipping everyone else.
25 pounds of flour, baking soda. I got baking soda. 15 pounds of cocoa powder. I'm in love with the cocoa. Now we fill our cookie bowls. I'm beating it up like Mike Tyson. Throw that big bad boy in the
What?
oven. It's like cooking a chocolate pizza. Time to make the cream. Mix it up. Delicious. Spread the cream over the Oreo. Dang,
What did you get up to 4 days ago? And yeah, that's right, your whole family are giants, aren't they?
Smoother than a baby's bottom. Time to add the top layer. Push those pieces together. Time to draw the design. This is a normal Oreo, and this is the world's biggest Oreo. Holy that thing is big.
Yeah, it is.
It's 180 pounds and 4 feet wide. The previous world record is 160 pounds. I'm hungry. It's time to dive in. That's food porn if I've ever seen it. That's bussin'.
That's bussin'.
I'm thirsty. Good thing I have the world's biggest
You
glass of
stayed in a
milk.
$2 million mansion for a few nights?
I think I'm going to have a heart attack
That's
after
awesome.
eating
Did you
this.
climb the roof?
Oh, my stomach. Oh. Someone call Life Alert.
Oh, wow. Did you climb on the roof of your friend's mansion? Did you climb on the roof? This is a question I want to know the answer to. I'll take your baby. What have I missed? I'll play it. Hello there, TMNT. Not much. We were just deciding what game to play. Stuff. Climbing on the roof of a building is a must do no matter what the building. Exactly. You are not allowed? Oh no.
Have you ever done grip on a ramble? Got no sheath, it's cutting your dick. Got war with a pagan, staying equipped. Back in your yank and dipping up pricks. Taking a soul and doing up bricks. 666. Have you ever done sat in a band or looked at the cats and felt so sick? Have you ever done grip on a ramble?
Morbid
Got no
music.
sheath, it's cutting your dick. Got war with a pagan, staying equipped. Back in your yank and dipping up pricks. Taking a soul and doing up bricks. 666. It's voodoo living and juju dipping. So grip on my hand, don't give it a swing.
That is very fair.
Pagan, living all mad with my juju sins. Everyone loves talk about violence, but violence is nowhere they're on. They just wanna rap and blow off their songs. I just wanna crash and take away sons. How many man been got ran off and left their bro their bruise? So why did they hop on tracks in the booth? What you mean your bro didn't off his goose? I banged, kicked and stamped on him. I saw the F's all looking at loose. I'm lucky loose. Have you ever done something a band or looked at the cats and felt so sick? Have you ever done grip on a ramble? Got no sheath, it's cutting your dick. Got war with a pagan, staying equipped. Back in your yank and dipping up pricks. Taking their soul and doing up bricks. 666. Have you ever done sat in a bando? Look to the cats and felt so sick. Have you ever done grip on a ramble? Got no sheath, it's cutting your dick. Got war with a pagan, staying equipped. Back in your yank and dipping up pricks. Taking their soul and doing up bricks. 666. If you saw what I did that day in park, you'd stay at home. I backed my blade, I grabbed his neck, I splashed him down, I felt his bones. Call me a psycho madman, no regret when I hop like a Batman. The Jake stopped me with my mask, I told them I'm just a fan of the Batman. No matter what judge I bang, if I expose these man, I'm Nick. They call me the devil, I wipe my blade and praise the 6. Right now I'm on a pending case, but voodoo might just get that rid. Shit, I fucking hope it does, I'm way too busy to go in the bin. I put up in my zoo, kick my feet up, then play this tune. Got no respect, that Nick is dead, and I can't lie, I'm fucking zoom. For any pagan that thinks they're back on, but you see, show me what's cooking. Would have run off, but he couldn't. Got bun, that's good riddance. Have you ever done sat in a bando? Look to the cats and felt so sick. Have you ever done grip on a ramble? Got no sheath, it's cutting your dick. Got war with a pagan, staying equipped. Back in your yank and dipping up pricks. Taking their soul and doing up bricks. 666. Have you ever done sat in a bando? Look to the cats and felt so sick. Have you ever done grip on a ramble? Got no sheath, it's cutting your dick. Got war with a pagan, staying equipped. Back in your yank and dipping up pricks. Taking their soul and doing up bricks. 666. Have you ever done sat in a bando? Look to the cats and felt so sick. Have you ever done grip on a ramble? Got no sheath, it's cutting your dick. Got war with a pagan, staying equipped. Back in your yank and dipping up pricks. Taking their soul and doing up bricks. 666.
Lemmy winks. Well, at least we can sweat again, so it's okay.
Lemmy Wink's journeyed a distance far and fast.
And after this, we will start again.
The road ahead is filled with danger and fright, but push onward, Lemmy Winks, with all of your might.
Lemmy winks. Lemmy winks.
The Sparrow Prince lies somewhere way up ahead. Don't look back, Lemmy Winks, or you'll soon be dead. Lemmy Winks, the time is growing late. Slow down now and seal your fate.
If I were to send a TikTok link, would you watch? I prefer YouTube ones, but I can make the exception.
To help you light the way.
Like I do for
There's
Jane.
still a lot of ground to cross inside the man so gay. Ahead of you lies adventure, and your strength still lies within. Freedom from the ass of doom is the treasure you will win. Lemmy Winks has made it out, the tale is nearly through. Now that you're the Gerbil King, there's more adventures to go on. Fly away to faraway lands and to the setting sun. There's still so many enemies and battles yet to fight. For Lemmy Winks, the Gerbil King, to be told another night. Lemmy Winks, Lemmy Winks, Lemmy Winks, Lemmy Winks, Lemmy Winks, Lemmy Winks, Gerbil King.
Okay, bring it.
There is an old tradition, a game we all can play. You start by getting liquored up and sharpening your blade. You take a shot of whiskey, you grab your knife and pray, and spread apart your fingers, and this is what you say. Oh, I have all my fingers. The knife goes chop, chop, chop. If I miss the spaces in between, my fingers will come off. And blood will soon come out. But all the same, I play this game, cause that's what it's all about. No, you can't use a pencil, cannot use a pen. The only way is with a knife when danger is your friend. And some may call it stupid, some may call it dumb, but all the same, we play this game because it's so damn fun. Oh, I have all my fingers, the knife goes chop, chop, chop. If I miss the spaces in between, my fingers will come off. And if I hit my fingers, the blood will soon come out. But all the same, I play this game, cause that's what it's all about. Oh, chop, 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 I'm picking up the speed. And if I hit my fingers, then my hand will start to bleed.
That was actually quite fun. Although I don't recommend anyone play that game. Oh, is this the house? Oh, wow. This is beautiful. This isn't a TikTok, this is a short. It's a YouTube short. It's different.
Now you're ready to sail for the Horn. Way, roll and go. Our boots and our clothes, boys, are all in the Horn. To be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Heave up, oh, heave away. Way, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored. To be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Soon we'll be opening her out through the locks. Way, roll and go. Where the pretty young girls all come down in their frocks. To be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Heave up, oh, heave away. Hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored. To be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Come breast the bars, bullies, heave her away. Way, roll and go. Soon we'll be rolling her down through the bay. To be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Heave up, oh, heave away. Way, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored. To be rollicking randy dandy, oh.
There's some really good sea shanties done by the Ubisoft thing. Seeing as okay, but then we're going to play the game. Okay? Wait. Would that one define the Fireteach's terms of service? Pick a different video, TMNT. That one might be against TOS. I don't want to get in trouble. That'd be bad. So please, different link. Okay.
I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow ye will get your pay, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her.
Are you a big fan of Shanty?
Leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, the wind was foul and the sea ran high. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. She shipped it green and none went by, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is
this rotten tub. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. No grog allowed and rotten grub. And it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. We swear by our oath for want of more. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. But now we're through, so we'll go on shore, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her.
Okay, you can. But I am also going to be putting on a shanty in a moment as well. Because it's funny. Ah, yes, that one is beautiful.
When we all started our voyage.
You see, Nux actually made a shanty, and I think that's cool. But it's not letting me actual screen it like I normally do.
When we all started our voyage, our journeys were really joyous. Of course, there was a slight annoyance. We had no income. Sailing the YouTube seas, caught in the clutches of Davy Jones' breeze. All I'm looking for is one piece of freedom, but there's none. I finally met my first mate, and the name of this mistress was Clickbait. She helped me in my sorry YouTube state, and the booty did come. Sailing the YouTube seas, caught in the clutches of Davy Jones' breeze. All I'm looking for is one piece of freedom, but there's none. Da 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 da. The algorithm's combative, she drags you below and don't forgive. As much as I say I want to live, my relevancy's gone. Sailing the YouTube seas, caught in the clutches of Davy Jones' breeze. All I'm looking for is one piece of freedom, but there's none. When Twitter tries to cancel me and tells me to commit RIP, oi matey, but you've heard of me. I've asked, mate, I just won. Sailing the YouTube seas, caught in the clutches of Davy Jones' breeze. All I'm looking for is one piece of freedom, but there's none. Da 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 da. When all beef is finally sorted, but the way YouTube sees he is pretty morbid. The copyright yelling, prepare to be boarded, and there's nowhere to run. Sailing the YouTube seas, caught in the clutches of Davy Jones' breeze. All I'm looking for is one piece of freedom, but there's none. In the end of the day, no matter what you plunder, no matter if your vids blow up like thunder, you're only kept sane by your friends, don't wonder. Yo ho ho, get rum. Sailing the YouTube seas, caught in the clutches of Davy Jones' breeze. All I'm looking for is one piece of freedom, but there's none. Sailing the YouTube seas, caught in the clutches of Davy Jones' breeze. All I'm looking for is one piece of freedom, but there's none.
Yo! Hope you enjoyed the music video. I've been dabbling with the music memery a lot lately.
I just think that's impressive for someone that's just all about memes to actually come out with something like that. You know? Oh no.
What will we do with the drunken sailor? What will we do with the drunken sailor? What will we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. We'll put him in a longboat till he's sober, put him in a longboat till he's sober, put him in a longboat till he's sober early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning.
This is I see.
Stick him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him. Stick him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him. Stick him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter.
That's a very risky.
Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. That's what we do with the drunken sailor. That's what we do with the drunken sailor. That's what we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning.
Slap copy. I learned that one when I was little. Both had to. Were they the same ones? Because that sucks. Are we ready for the next clip? Or are we waiting a moment to get around it? Are we ready for the next clip that you guys have given? I'm ready for the next clip that you guys given. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises early in the morning. Clip it, da 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 da. Oh, Drunken Sailor is one that I've known since I was very little. I've known that one for a very, 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 very long time. When I was born, my dad was a fisherman, so yeah. Chef?
I'm gonna make love even when I'm dead. My body might get cold, but it's always hot in my bed. Make love, don't be afraid. Just because my heart ain't beating, it don't mean you won't get laid.
Shimona. Shimona.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy O' Tea. The winds blew harder, bowed it down, blow me bully boys blow. She had not been 2 weeks from shore, but down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Look at this stuff, isn't it neat?
This is just awesome, so I wanted to share.
Collection's complete. Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around, do you think? Sure. She's got everything. I've got heartache and sorrows aplenty. All this dreaming, and what is it for? Watch them hope while I haven't any. Well, I'm done. It's my time. I want more. I wanna be where the people are. I wanna see 'em dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down the, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. What would I give if I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand? But you're on land. They understand, but they don't reprimand their daughters. Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand. Ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers.
I don't know, maybe.
What's a fire and why does it? What's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love,
Well, a Scotsman
love to
clad in
explore
kid.
the shore up above? Out of the sea, wish I could be part of that world.
Sorry, I just really like that version.
Scotsman clad in kilt left the bar one evening fair, and one could tell by how he walked that he'd drunk more than his share. He fumbled round until he could no longer keep his feet, and he stumbled off into the grass to sleep beside the street. Ring ding diddle little idee-o, ring da diddly-i-o. He stumbled off into the grass to sleep beside the street. About that time, two young and lovely girls just happened by. One says to the other with a twinkle in her eye, "See yon sleeping Scotsman, so strong and handsome built. I wonder if it's true what they don't wear beneath the kilt. Ring ding diddle little idee-o, ring da diddly-i-o. I wonder if it's true what they don't wear beneath the kilt." They crept up on that sleeping Scotsman quiet as could be, lifted up his kilt about an inch so they could see. And there, behold, for them to view beneath his Scottish skirt was nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. Ring ding diddle little idee-o, ring da diddly-i-o, was nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. They marveled for a moment, then one said, "We must be gone. Let's leave a present for our friend before we move along." As a gift they left a blue silk ribbon tied into a bow. Around the bonny star the Scots kilt did lift and show. Ring ding diddle little idee-o, ring da diddly-i-o. Around the bonny star the Scots kilt did lift and show. Now the Scotsman woke to nature's call and stumbled towards the trees. Behind the bush he lifts his kilt and gawks at what he sees. And in a startled voice he says to what's before his eyes, "Oh, lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize." Ring ding diddle little idee-o, ring da diddly-i-o. "Oh, lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize."
But it did sound kind of familiar.
That boy got some J Station ones.
Man, fuck y'all, bro. I'm out, bro.
I know I ain't hear what I just think I heard. I heard a notification sound. Yo, Rod, you good?
No, I'm good.
Alright, but wasn't you about to leave though?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand right here.
Just take one step forward, bro.
Alright, there you go.
Do my ears deceive me? Another one.
Alright.
DJ Khaled? Click your heels together.
Ain't no way. Incorporated. Make some motion.
But you gotta go. I gotta say goodbye. You got the Aqua Walker 5. Or you got some twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Everything sparkles and glows. I got Motorola service on them shoes.
Hello, Moto.
Bro, don't get up, bro. What you about to take a Skype call?
I just forgot there was fighting. There was? Were you in a fight? Or did it just watch? Oh, you're gonna go look at the results. Fair enough. Ah. My first ever Blu-ray on her channel. Well, I'm glad I could make you happy. That is part of what I'm here for. I like making people happy. And entertaining and sharing and stuff. You won't stick me, I'll stick you. Twitter users definitely be like that. Nice. Oh my god, that I want one. You see that? She's got pink inflatable Coffin! I want one! I want one! Hey, red. I don't like pink. There's a new middleweight champion. Ooh, that's cool. When do you have a fight next? Just curious. I don't know what I've been told, but the fire in the heart is gold. Actually, that wasn't bad, actually. I've lost it. Oh, well, at least it's on, Fire Heart is nice and gold. I don't know. At least I recorded it, so at least I can find out what that is and I can write it down somewhere where I write down little bits to come up with songs. Because I do like writing my own songs. Actually, one day, I'd really like it if we could try doing a different kind of stream. I don't know. I've been challenged. I haven't tried anything. What do you think of which one? You sent a couple to the Discord. You haven't heard of him in a while? Oh. Probably because you were healing. Just the one you sent IRL media channel? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked at them, so sorry to say. Let's see how many points. Okay. Fair enough. I'm currently scrolling through them to see. That was me standing guard of my buddy while he was just big jump. Oh no! That's not good at all. I hope everyone's okay. I really do. Because I've not done a fight in a bit, if I do one, it'll most likely be 5 or 6 week training. Oh! Just like to set one up. It will take ages. Oh no! But you had to heal because of the stabbing. What are you gonna do? I hope everything is still doing well with everyone. I'm back with my snack. I've sent my coffee cup out, but it happens. I'm back with food. What happened? What I missed? Well, I just went and got food, and now I'm gonna do some reacting until I get back to the game, which is plan. The plan is to get back into the game a bit later. Yeah. Do you want to go back out now, sweetie? Okay. In or out, take your pick. That is one or the other. I love you too. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, so do we have anything? Anything for the share? You know I prefer morbid things on Mondays, right? But he does the job.
I cannot even begin to explain how hyped I was for this.
Yeah,
Sure,
I was
this
very
only got
hyped for it
announced
too.
earlier this year, but we all kind of figured that this was going to happen anyway after Crash came back with the Insane trilogy. As you may recall,
I never got around to playing that one, but I want to.
Spyro the Dragon. Ha, you're welcome, Internet. Hell, I have been excited at the mere concept of this once games like Ratchet, Jack, and Sly Cooper all got their HD trilogies on PlayStation 3. I have already said this a bunch of times by now, but the original Spyro the Dragon trilogy played an integral part of my childhood. And after the franchise went
And turns
in,
out it's a lot more
let's
difficult
just
than
say
you
a
think.
direction that I wasn't really a fan of, Spyro then became a mere optional character in the Skylanders franchise,
Which is stupid!
sporting just the friendliest and not at all terrifying Halloween costumes. But then, they finally did it. The Mad Lads actually did it. Spyro the Dragon got the remaster treatment. Also, he blazed up with Snoop Dogg. What the hell?
Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I'm finna go play this right now. Get out my face, man.
What is happening? Activision provided me a review code for the
Spyro
Reignited
was the
trilogy,
first game
and
that I
receiving
played on
that
stream.
code was one of the most
Almost
exciting
a year
moments
ago.
I've had in recent memory. And after beating all 3 games and getting all of the trophies within a week of getting the code, I didn't really sleep much that week. I can go ahead and echo what basically everyone has said at this point. This is a fantastic package of 3 really, really good platformers that if you're nostalgic for it, or you just want to play them for the first time ever, there's no doubt that you should get this. It is a high recommendation. That's not exactly what we're here to talk about today, though. When we have a game that is a remastering of something from back in the day, I feel it's more important to take a look at the differences between both versions as opposed to grading the games like each one gets a proper review.
That's
I
fair.
already went pretty in depth with all 3 games a while back, but in short, they're all great 3D platformers with a ton of charm and variety. And to say that that has all been maintained here in the Reignited trilogy would be underselling it greatly. Like, wow.
Only one I got to
this
play
game
growing
is
up
so pretty. I didn't
was
even wanna
Gateway to
move when
Glimmer,
I first landed in
which is
Artisans. I was
Ripto's
still
Rage,
taken aback
I
by
think.
how good it looked. It was then that it finally hit me like, wow, this is actually real. With all 3 games being worked on at basically the same time now, there is a level of consistency throughout all 3. Like that weird rolling move that I keep forgetting is in the first game, it's now in all 3. Okay. Each game now has a toggleable map. Spyro 1 has some skill points like 2 and 3 did. Sparks can point out missing gems from the start of each game. Thank the heavens. And even though I loved Carlos Alazraqui as the voice of Spyro in the first game, Tom Kenny reprises his role from 2 and 3 and now voices Spyro in all 3. That's very nice. And then graphically, I mean, just look at it. This is amazing.
It is pretty.
The level of detail in each and every world is pretty jaw-dropping, especially when compared to the source material. Special mention has to
They
go
are
to
very
the
pretty.
lighting and the reflection work.
Oh my god, that
Holy crap, it's so
aggravated
nice.
me so
the
much.
soundtrack has been redone as well, with
I
this
rage
new
quit.
dynamic touch. Basically, if you stand still, the music calms down. If you start charging, a galloping sound overlays the music. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
As a whole, the tunes to Spyro the Dragon are as good as ever, and even though I do like the idea of dynamic music, personally, I opted to turn that off.
That is true.
In general, I also prefer the original tracks too. The new ones just feel a little too soft, in my opinion, very noticeably so with a less powerful fireworks factory, but luckily, those original soundtracks are here as well. Perfect. And then any
That's
and
nice.
all cutscenes are so much fun to watch. This is now a
Pardon me,
full-on
sorry for
animated
burping into the
cartoon,
microphone.
and anytime one of the cutscenes was playing, I had a huge smile on my face. Seeing these characters that I loved watching growing up with such fine detail and great movement, oh, it's so good. And then Sparks waves at you sometimes, and oh, it's so cute. I felt weird about him having legs, but then he waves at you, and I'm on board with this. Also, the little light bar on the PlayStation 4 controller changes color depending on what color Sparks is. How is no one else talking about this? Now, when discussing the presentation, this is where any of my complaints really come in. The load times between levels are nearly twice as long as they were in the originals. Now, I did see this coming after Insane Trilogy had long load times at launch as well. It's still disappointing to see. At least in these, you get to move Spyro around. In Crash, we just had to deal with Aku Aku floating around like, hey, you ready to play? Just give it like an extra minute, I promise. They also got rid of the whole gems flying across the screen thing. That's pretty lame. There are the occasional frame drops as well, which is not a huge deal, but what is annoying, who in the hell thought that this level of motion blur was okay? I have never had an issue with motion blur in the past. This is the first time that spinning the camera too quickly actually kinda messed with my eyes. Eventually, I did train myself to just like look
Oh my
at
god, that
Spyro's
bit was
butt
so
when I spun
hard.
the camera, and that did help, but that's not something I should have had to do in the first place. Listen, man, I already have bad vision due to video games. The last thing I need is Spyro, of all games, to make me update my prescription. Hopefully some of these things are ironed out in a patch or an eventual PC release, but hey, I had to deal with a blurry Spyro during launch. I am damn well gonna talk about it. And this part is pretty minor as well, but I think the credits were mishandled too. The sweeping landscapes from the original games, that was awesome, and it showed the locations from their respective games. Here, it's one uniform credits for all three games, and there is some cute concept art that I'm not gonna really spoil if you haven't seen it, because it's really, really adorable, but then it just transitions into the typical credit scroll. That was kind of unfortunate. Obviously, none of this hampers the overall experience, because otherwise, boy, Toys for Bob nailed this. Spyro controls so damn well. Like the originals did support analog control, but here he is just smooth as butter and an absolute joy to control. I was a little worried at first because the gliding seems to be a bit nerfed in terms of the distance that you can travel, but conversely, the charge jumps are kinda buffed. So eventually I was able to make any jump that the game asked me to do. I just had to change my mindset of how to tackle some of them. And once I did, man, jumping, gliding, hovering, it all came naturally. And now there is camera control on the right analog stick with shooting fire set to the back right button, which is honestly beautiful. I love this so much. But yeah, it may be too early to say if this is the definitive Spyro experience, but it is damn well close. Now that's all the general stuff out of the way. With the Spyro the Dragon trilogy, each game in said trilogy offered its own brand of original content and original ideas. So the fine folks at Toys for Bob, they had a lot of stuff to cover. So we're gonna go through each game.
They made him so ugly.
Talk about some of the good, some of the bad. We're gonna go really in depth here. Let's just get started with the first one, Spyro the Dragon. Hey, remember when I said Nasty Nork was probably watching this interview on TV or something? Like how else would he be able to see this video feed? Ha! Called it! So Spyro 1 seems like it had the most care put into it. The original game is incredibly bare bones and aesthetically pretty flat and empty. You go into a level, you get the things, you go out, rinse and repeat. Obviously that is the same here. However, the creative liberties taken throughout the entire game really make this classic adventure shine. While every dragon in the original
refuse to watch
was
Skylanders,
just
it was
a
stupid.
recolor of another one, some of them
I
even
watched it a
reused
little
the
bit
same
and I was
voice
just like, no.
clips.
thank you for releasing me.
You shut your damn mouth. Now, every dragon is completely unique, with not only original animation that looks amazing and really good voice work, but new outfits and styles too. Every single dragon stands out with their own personalities, and even in some of their exit animations, they're just so full of life.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I gotta go.
Some of the "thank you for releasing me" dragons even have modified dialogue.
You can always check your progress by accessing the guidebook through the pause menu.
Even the different balloonists, they speak too. Like, wow, okay. That totally threw me for a loop. And I have seen some people say that the Norks are now just a bit too ugly. Wasn't that the whole point? The entire premise behind the original game's plot
Wasn't that the whole
is
point?
Nasty Nork being called ugly and then he goes on a rampage. I really wouldn't have it any other way. Really, everything in this game has been kept faithful to the originals. I love all of the modified enemy designs, and all of the credit in the world here. They even replicated some of the original's weird sound effects.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, I love it so much. But without a doubt, it's the landscapes that keep this game more interesting from start to finish. The levels just pop more than ever, and I couldn't help myself from just stopping and taking the world in. Like, for example, Dark Hollow, it now doubles as a library. That's really neat. The same can also be said for the flight stages. There are some noticeable changes to how Spyro controls here. I've noticed that, like, the flame hitbox as well as turning speed aren't quite as precise as the originals, but before long, I was knocking these stages out just as smoothly as I always do. And as for the boss
stand
fights,
those levels.
well, I mean, these guys have always been pretty lame. There's not much more you can do with them. You can't really alter what they've always been, a slight little obstacle in some of the game's shorter levels. Though like a cutscene or something introducing them would have been nice, instead of just them being there. And of course, that does mean we end off with a very easy chasing sequence with Nasty Nork, which, the end of the game is still pretty anticlimactic. But, at the very least, now I know what Blowhard is supposed to be. I really couldn't tell with this pixel vomit. So while the core gameplay of the original stays the same as we all expected, with it being pretty repetitive from level to level, the more interesting and varied artistic choices in regards to the levels and the freed dragons, as well as Spyro just feeling so much better to play as, this is definitely an improvement over the original. Literally the only
I don't
part
understand
about this entire
the love
thing
you
that
have
kinda
for
sucks
SpongeBob.
is the enemies in Twilight Harbor. They man like these goo guns now. And say what you will about guns in cartoony games, but at least be kinda consistent. If Pinstripe can still rock his infinite ammo Tommy gun, I don't know why we gotta resort to, like, purple slime. That's very weird censorship. There is some nostalgic
pretty
charm
weird.
to the PlayStation 1, for sure, but man, this made me re-love Spyro 1 all over again.
Oh, pardon me
The first
again.
Spyro,
Sorry.
much like the first Crash, had the strongest impression it had to make when it came to being remade. There were a lot of parts about the original game that just felt kind of outdated, and I think when it came to this remake, ooh, they damn well nailed it. But now we move on to the sequel. Spyro 2 added a lot to the core formula, so there's a lot of stuff I'm kinda worried about, but let's just see how they do.
Yeah, let's see how they
Time
do.
for Ripto's Rage. They didn't even call it Gateway to Glimmer in the European Reignited trilogy. I guess America wins. Spyro 2 is a much more character-driven adventure. We are immediately introduced to 3 new characters as soon as the game begins. I bring this up because I really just want to reiterate how well animated this game is. Oh, they made Allura like super cute now. I love it. And then when you first dive into Summer Forest, oh man, the developers totally had to know that these hubs were totally beloved by fans. They are absolutely gorgeous
Yeah, they
and
are.
just as fun to explore as they always have been. So the main difference with Spyro 2 comes in a stronger variety of level themes and the addition of a challenge-based structure. With each world now having characters to inhabit it, there is a lot to consider here when it comes to preserving the original ideas behind each of them. Like with any of the other cutscenes in the game, Each level is bookended with scenes showing the world's citizens having a problem, and then life after Spyro comes through and fixes things. And just like how they were on PS1, they are just as great here. Some of them have even been modified to make a little more sense. Like in the end of Hurricos, one of the Electrolls just like slaps the other one for no real reason. As funny as that was, I'm not gonna lie. Now, that no longer happens. Nice touch, makes a little more sense. The one guy in Magma Cone still burns a lava-filled death. Glad they maintained that. The guns, that's a little bit extreme, but dying from lava, for kids. Rest in peace, my guy. And since we've already confirmed that Spyro basically controls perfectly, the main point of concern now is if the different minigame challenges work as intended. And yeah, they pretty much nailed that too. It all ends up being kind of uninteresting to talk about here because, like, really, if you played Spyro 2 before, that about covers it. Nothing really stands out as being much better or worse than it used to be. If anything, some of the missions, like the infamous trolley one, are made a little easier. Like whenever you switch lanes, it slows you down a little bit, giving you just an extra second to judge where you have to go next. Makes the ride a whole lot more pleasant.
Trouble with the trolley, eh?
Not anymore, you big stupid idiot! The camera has also been altered for a few of the challenges too, sort of maintaining the standard game's camera instead of opting for these challenge-specific ones. It's minor and it never really causes any issue, so sure, good change. And going back to the character designs, man, I really just, I love them. I love them so much. Most of them still give off the same vibes as their original looks. The children in Scorch are a little weird looking, but I guess they were supposed to be standard human kids here, so fine. And then speaking of Scorch, poor Bombo got censored too. Now he's just Bob. Okay, fine, I guess I can accept that one. The name Bombo is a little bit more extreme. He still sucks too. And that same level of weirdness goes for Agent Zero too. I know he was kind of just like a blob of big pink flesh before, but I don't know. He makes me kind of uncomfortable now. And while the voice acting, for the most part, is top notch, some of the purposefully bad voice acting in Zephyr, I kind of miss it.
Oh goddamn Zephyr.
Romeo! Wherefore art thou, Romeo?
It's like they missed the whole point of those characters sounding bizarre.
My pencil! My pencil!
Okay, no, you've made that objectively worse. And then there's the dancing skeleton. You remember that thing, right? It was pretty funny in the original.
Yeah.
Well, now he flosses.
What?
And the music has air horns in it. Oh, it's gross. Oh, hey, Wumpa Fruit. Nice. Essentially, when talking about Spyro 2, for the most part, the high bar of quality from the original has been maintained, and many of the issues are really just nitpicks due to nostalgia kicking in. That being said though, I did have a couple of problems here. The cameras for the boss battles could be a little bit better. Gulp in particular got way too much of a difficulty spike, I'm not sure why that is. Thankfully though, the Ripto fight is still really cool. Was pretty worried about that, I'm not gonna lie. That's one of my favorite fights of the trilogy. It's just as awesome as ever. Thank goodness. Oh yeah, and now when you have a power-up, Spyro's entire design changes. Oh, that's so cool. There's also a pretty noticeable difference when it comes to swimming too. For as perfect as the rest of the game feels, for some reason, they added this weird inertia system to swimming, where Spyro now slows down to a stop and leans into his turns, rather than just having super sharp movement. I was able to make do with it for the most part, but it's a surprising misstep. This same inertia idea is present during the flight levels as well, but again, I was able to make do. In those, a lot of the turns that you make are broad enough to where I'm totally fine with somewhat sluggish movement. It's not ideal, but I can do it. They also didn't fix the crap where if you do the stupid alchemist mission before getting the headbutt, you have to do it again when you do get the headbutt. That is literally the worst part of the game.
That was
Why
so
did you
annoying.
not change that?
Oh my god,
Top
that was
10
so
most
fucking
annoying
annoying.
characters in video games. Number 1, the Alchemist. Ultimately, Spyro 2 had the least amount of work put into it since, in my opinion, it was the one that needed it the least. Controls for basically everything, aside from swimming, are damn near perfect, the quality of challenges has been maintained, the game looks and sounds incredible as did the first game, and barring the censorship in Colossus,
I think you should torch that Yeti.
I think you should kill that Yeti. Oh my god, dude. Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage is still a great time. They did remove that sick double jump exploit though. I knew they were gonna. Like, it's obvious, it's a glitch, it's not supposed to be in there. It still stings. And now we move on to Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon. You see, when it comes to the trilogy thus far, the first game had a lot of stuff it had to add to make it level with the other two games. Spyro 2 just kind of had to maintain and simply be better looking and better playing. Spyro 3 though, there was a lot more added to this one. It is a beefy game. Alright, to prevent me repeating myself, I'll keep Spyro's part pretty short. For the third game in a row here, yeah, he plays exactly the same, meaning basically perfect. And just like in Spyro 2, the quality of minigames has been maintained as well, as have the modifications to the character designs. I was really hoping that we would get some sort of level opening and closing cutscenes like in the second game, but we didn't. Fine, I guess we'll keep it faithful. And yeah, once again, I am totally on board with most of these character design changes. They really all do feel like an upgraded version of their original selves, being similar and new at the same time. Like just look at Crazy Ed. I love him. He's my favorite design. Also, can I get a hello to Bianca, now looking like Lola Bunny from Space Jam? Certainly a whole lot better than... Yeah, that's fair. But as we all well know, they added a ton of different gameplay styles into this third adventure. A handful of different vehicles, skateboarding of all things, and a bunch of new characters. This was the game I was worried about the most going into it, and thankfully, I can confirm, just like everything else in this package, they are all
I did play that one.
If not just as good, meaning
it wasn't as good as the other one.
As the original.
And I never got to play the first one until the Reignited trilogy.
It is such a part of the entire trilogy. I was really nervous that this was going to be bad, and some of the physics are slightly off, but it's more or less what we're used to. That being a not as good Tony Hawk Pro Skater clone. And yes, don't you worry your pretty little heads, you can indeed ride on a squid skateboard. What? Yo, these developers care. First up, Sheila the Kangaroo. She already played fine in the original, no major complaints here, but she still manages to control better in Reignited. She feels a lot less heavy, her kicks come out faster, her jumping, it just seems more satisfying. That could just be me. But yeah, no complaints in the original, no complaints here. She controls great. And she's also, like, super adorable. Oh my goodness, she has this really cute hairstyle now and this, like, ranger vest. Oh my goodness, I love it. Next up, there's Sergeant Bird. He still takes a little bit of time to get used to, but he is nowhere near as stiff as he used to be. And the rockets that he shoots seem to have a way stronger homing ability now, making combat way less annoying. He also, like, waddles when he walks. Oh my god, he's adorable too. Then we have Bentley the Yeti, my least favorite from the original. He is still pretty slow and clunky to play as. That's just how he is, but it's now presented with an over-the-shoulder camera. I like that, so I guess that's better, yeah. He's also a lot furrier this time around, so okay, sure, third time's the charm. He's more adorable too. And of course, we have Agent 9. Oh man, it's a third-person shooter now? With totally separate camera control, you can move one way and aim in another? Oh, you can aim up and down too? Like it's like an actual game now. Oh, this is so much better. Even the first person segment is way improved. Thank you. And, adorable? All of their segments are simply better than they were before. So while it is still a little jarring that they added as many different gameplay styles as they did back in the day, I'm just glad they did the best with what they got. These are great. But then there's the matter of Sparks' levels too. Those segments are basically exactly the same. I was hoping that they would have adapted like a twin stick approach where you move with the left stick and then aim and shoot with the right, but whatever, it is what it is. Oh dear god, what the hell is that? That's okay, sure, yeah, alright. I will say though, for as much improvement as Spyro 3 got, the game also seemed to have the most issues between all three. Like, I mentioned before that the whole inertia while flying thing didn't really bother me a ton before, but then there's the twin dragon fight, and that was already annoying in the original, and now there's the worst flying controls. They made the fight more annoying. That's cool. And since now the speedways have racing missions as well, with a bunch of speed boosts that you have to go through to win said races, it further emphasizes that they really should have kept the sharp movement here. I had quite a few glitches pop up too, way more so than the other two. Nothing overly massive, though I did end up soft locking the game here as the puppy wouldn't go on the switch, so I couldn't progress until I killed myself. That was strange. The camera can sometimes goof up with
It's
Sergeant
got lessons
Bird
to
in
teach
tight
children,
sections.
am I right?
That's annoying.
Oh, and also, boxing with Bentley still sucks. There ain't nothing anyone can do to save that.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
But back on the positives, the boss fights are way better here than they were in Spyro 2. Look at how zoomed out the camera is for these. This is what Crush and Gulp needed. It's also nice that I get to see this one cutscene actually play in-game. I mentioned this in my Spyro 3 video, but since I don't have the greatest hits version, that cutscene just straight up doesn't play in the first release of that game, so I didn't even know it existed until like a few years ago. And yes, that means the greatest hits version of the soundtrack was used as well. I'm sure that's gonna make a lot of people happy. So as a whole, Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon was handled shockingly well. Like I said, this was the one that I was the most worried about, and as it turns out, Toys for Bob wasn't even too responsible for this one. Sanzaru Games, the makers of Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, was brought on board to handle all of these different gameplay styles. I'm assuming this was just done to speed up the development time, but thankfully, they did a pretty great job. And actually, if I'm being totally candid with you, I may end up liking Year of the Dragon more than Ripto's Rage in this collection. Like, the issues that I had with the PS1 release was that the entire game kind of felt disjointed. A good chunk of the segments with the new characters just felt kinda janky and maybe even rushed, which, like I mentioned already, has been addressed. And as minor as it was, I didn't like how each of these portals had a loading screen to go along with them. I like exploring these worlds for exploration's sake, not just finding a portal and then waiting for the minigame to load. But now the load times are almost instantaneous, making everything just so much more seamless. It feels really good. Guys, Spyro the Dragon's back, and that feels really good. So, yeah. I had a lot of stuff in mind, a lot of things I wanted to say about the Spyro Reignited trilogy. It had mighty big boots to fill, and I do think Toys for Bob really nailed what they were setting out to do. This isn't just, hey, it's another classic game getting the remaster treatment, oh joy! This is pure nostalgia, treated with the love and care that, quite frankly, it deserves. And it's really, really, really awesome. Ripto's Rage was already my favorite going into the Reignited trilogy, so I'm happy with what I got here. I really didn't expect much more out of that one. Spyro 1 and Year of the Dragon, on the other hand, got massively improved, so while it may feel kind of uneven that Spyro 2 didn't get as much of an upgrade, to me, I just look at it as all three games now being on equal footing. I'm really not sure how I would end up ranking each of these games in this collection. It's a little bit too soon for me to fully tell. But what I can say is, a few issues aside that will hopefully be patched out, Toys for Bob and Sanzaru Games completely knocked this out of the park. Spyro the Dragon, Ripto's Rage, and Year of the Dragon, the Reignited trilogy, is an excellent way to experience these classics. And I can only hope that this leads to a bright future for good old Purple Boy here. It is long overdue. So I did end the Insane Trilogy video asking for Spyro, and then we got Spyro. So clearly I have some magical powers here that I didn't know I had. I need to pull from that again if I want to get another classic game remade from the ground up. Okay, let's see here. We got Crash, we got Spyro, Medieval, Wipeout is a thing. Also, can't forget about that. What else? Oh, Ape Escape. There you go, give us Ape Escape. Ape Escape, the Recaptured trilogy. Rolls right off the tongue. You can take the name. I won't ask for royalties. I think this one's next.
Odyssey.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's all I got.
You know, the
I'm gonna go play these Spyro games again. Bye.
Okay, Jade, do you have a video? Jade? You loved Ape Escape? I did not even play it. I didn't get to play many games until later on. You know? Because we were POV in my house growing up. Yeah. So, what should we watch now? Do you have any suggestions, Jade? What's POV? POV? Poor. We didn't have much money. Or stuff. That's why I've never been on a holiday. Yet. I will. Just not yet.
Previously on the island, 8 campers were remaining. In the first challenge, the campers were split into teams of 2 and competed in a battle royale duo challenge. Carlos
Damn, this is a long video, Jade.
Carlos's name was on the chopping block, but he was safe, thus putting Matthews in danger. Matthews was the next camper loaded off the island. The 7 campers then competed in another battle royale challenge, but this time it was solos. Carlos turned on his aimbot and killed all of the other campers with a complete sweep. Jacob and Toads then orchestrated a blindside on Maximus, but Carlos overhears this from Taylor. During Tribal Council, Carlos put an idol for Maximus, making him immune from any votes. It was now only 2 votes for Jacob and 1 vote for Taylor. One of them was going home. Taylor, however, possessed an idol as well, and after convincing from Jacob, she played it for herself, thus making Jacob the camper being voted off the island.
Fair enough. Yeah, I got in the puzzle. I watched all of the total dramas.
Good morning, campers. Welcome back to the island episode 8. Holy smokes, I'm looking around and the numbers are dwindling. Looking at Toast, but always nice. It's crazy, man. We have 6 final campers. We start off with 18. We're now down to 6. 12 campers have left the island, and we're now into the final 6. 2 of you campers will be going home today in this episode.
Oh wow.
Taylor, how are we feeling today?
You know, everything that
They're
happened was
plowing
crazy, man. I think, honestly, I'm just excited to get the chance to talk with everyone more now that things have shifted as we're getting down to smaller numbers in our tribe.
I'm feeling good. I mean, last week was crazy. Just gotta push on to the next week, and hopefully we all do semi-decent. We all keep our sanity.
I'm very nervous, actually, and it doesn't help that I'm also half asleep because I just woke up from a nap, so...
I'm doing alright. I'm excited for this episode, but I'm also, like,
I was dreading this episode. I feel like about an hour before each episode starts, like anxiety hits and I sort of realize like what's about to go down.
So I'm feeling a bit betrayed.
Oh, Buddy Muffins playing.
Around me.
Nice.
But I do have some trustworthy people that stayed with me, so I'm thinking that I could.
I like
maybe
Bunny
pull
Muffins.
through
She's cute.
A bit longer.
Carlos, how we feeling?
Chilling, man. You know, I'm cold, I'm nervous, I'm scared. It's gonna be an interesting day. You know, I hope it's fun. I hope I'm here the entire day. It would be nice. You know, I just got my power back and I kind of want to use it.
All right, campers. Well, it is time to officially start episode 8. I'm gonna give you about 5 to 10 minutes to head back to your green tribe, kind of have some whatever conversations you want to get out there before we start with the official challenge. Cool. I'll take it during that. You can keep it until the challenge. Oh, Nitty.
Well,
I'll let you guys deal with that. All right, campers. I was kind of lounging, you know, enjoying myself on my couch, drinking my margarita. Might be a little bit tipsy. Ignore that. I got my beef burger, a little bit stale. He's a terrible chef. I got my PS4. I got my TV. Now, campers. I was just lounging on my couch, watching some TV, playing my PS4. All of a sudden, babushka boom. Something happened. Can one of you guys tell me what happened?
Where?
The TV is...
It's on the wrong channel.
The TV is not working.
Oh, well.
It's black. I lost... It's the power's gone. So the island, you know, I keep myself company. The production, when we're bored, we watch TV. We play on the PS4. With no power, we can't do any of this. We can't run the island. We can't get the footage sent back to production crew back on the main areas. But you might be wondering, how does this island in the middle of freaking nowhere get its power? Well, we actually get our power from a certain location, and unfortunately I sent Easy over there to take a look. He reported back to me there's some sort of like beast or some sort of creature, he told me, that's been kind of terrorizing the power lines, and there's no power. I'm gonna have you campers kind of take a trip with me. You know, we're gonna take a little trip on the magic school bus to this mysterious location, and the first person to slay this creature for me and protect the power and get the power back to the island, I'll give you solo immunity. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
All right.
Yeah, that won't go wrong.
We're gonna go over to the FMP. Let's go over. Follow me.
I feel like this is just a modified battle zone.
Taylor, you have PTSD? You think this is a battle royale?
Yeah, I do have a bit of PTSD.
Here we go. Okay, well that was I think we've arrived. All right, campers. I got some things to tell you. Okay, we're actually in the lost city of Atlantis. This is where we get our power from. There is a creature terrorizing this city and taking our power away from me, okay? I need to play the new Spider-Man game, and I need to do it right now. The lost city Atlantis harbors many secrets. You guys will not be able to slay this creature with the gear that you have right now. Luckily, the lost city of Atlantis has some very powerful gear, but it is scattered across the city, and you campers are gonna have to swim around and go find it. There are
It's
4
gonna be a while before I play
shulkers
those
hidden
videos.
across Atlantis.
This for one, this
You guys
is quite a
have to
long video,
read the clues,
and I was thinking
figure
of
it out, and find each
interjecting in the
shulker.
middle to play some
Once
more
you
video
guys
games.
find all of the items, meaning you
Mhm.
solve all the clues and find all 4 items from each shulker chest, you will don that equipment and you will fight.
Or I only
the
wanted to
monster
stop for a
that's
short time,
lurking in these
so I
depths.
could have a little
You will
something
slay
to
this
eat.
monster for
And
me.
then I was
The
going to
first
back to it.
camper to slay this monster receives the halo and receives solo
Da,
immunity.
da, da,
5,
da, da,
4,
da,
3,
da, da,
2,
da,
1.
da,
Operation
da,
Restore My Power is beginning. The campers are submerging out of the submarine. Maya's kind of swimming on the sides here. Taylor is swimming up right now. She's looking for a clue here. She seems to have found one of them. They're looking for the shulker box. They can't find anything right now.
Every monster in the middle.
There it is. Okay.
All 6 campers have finished the fountain clue. Maximus and Carlos swimming way out of bounds here. Toes and Maya working together here. It could have worked really well in their favor, but only one camper is going to be serving immunity here. Taylor is swimming around looking for a shulker box. Taylor is being hit by guardians right now. Taylor's swimming away. Nady actually spots Taylor and is actually swimming towards Taylor. He's looking for one of the clues as well. Nady is swimming down, looking around for the shulker box. He doesn't see it. Nady finds that shulker box. Campers have found the Crimson Tree. They're looking for the shulker box right now.
Hey, Crimson Tree, come on. There we go. Everyone got this one. Right there. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Everyone got this one.
That makes so much more sense. Boom, boom.
Wait, Nady has found all 4 sets and is going for the final boss fight right now.
Oh, wow.
Campers are going to need to catch up.
This is the shulker. Got it. Okay. I've got 2.
Carlos goes to the clue in the middle. Is being attacked right now by the monster of the depths. Carlos has found the full set as well. He's going in for the fight. Nady and Carlos have both found the full Atlantis set and are now trying to defeat the boss.
Now, thank you for the
Nady going for some more hits here.
Okay. I hope to see you again.
Oh,
It's nice meeting you, Cameron. I really do hope to see you again.
It's going to be close.
Mwah.
Nady going for multiple
Don't
hits
forget.
here. Carlos going in for hits as well. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be a close one. Only Carlos and Nady seems to have found their full set right now. It's going to be a close time between Nady and Carlos. They're both dishing out damage to this boss right now.
What is it on? I can't see the health, man.
Oh my god.
Nady kills the boss and receives solo immunity.
No.
So, yeah, I think it's inevitable that you're going out this one.
Probably.
Yeah, but I do want to thank you for last round.
Yeah, man. No, I understand. I'll tell you this. I can't really convince anyone's mind to change what they want to do. Everyone knows I'm a threat. This, that, the other. They know it's too difficult to leave me, too scary to leave me in the game any
I do
point
want to warn
forward.
people to watch out for Taylor because I know what she's doing.
Well,
yeah. She
I
wants
mean-
to talk to me later, and I know what she's gonna say. She's gonna say, "Yeah, I didn't mean to vote you," but like, I know what's gonna happen.
I know. Shocker. Everyone wants me gone. Okay. I know you want me gone. I obviously talked to you. I know everybody wants me gone here. Isn't much I can really do here, I guess, right? I mean, you know, what's really the point? Some idiot makes some stupid challenge and I lose to that, and there's really nothing else I can do on that. I don't even think I can say anything to you. You haven't joined my side from the beginning. You still won't join my side. I got your leader out, and I know you're right now trying to PvP on. Oh, sorry. Okay. I know you're trying to convince Max here to vote against me, and I'll tell you this right now. If Max does vote against me, and you are promising him any type of,
I'm not promising him anything.
What would you? Oh, you're not.
Anything. I'm promising him that we get Taylor out too. I feel like
Taylor out too. So
We
me
want
first
Taylor.
and then Taylor. I noticed that every person that you want out in this challenge happens to follow you along and happens to vote that person out then. So I know that you're a threat and that the words that you say convince these people. And I know that your actions can be strong on that. So I know that I have to put a stop to that because soon enough, Carlos is on the hit list. And Carlos is the next guy that's going down when Carlos gets the chance. And now is Carlos's chance. All right, guys, this is your tribal. This is your future. I can only do so much to change it. I have obviously done as much as I could at this point. And from here on, depending on whatever you guys choose, I wish you guys the best of luck.
Well, welcome into Tribal Council campers. It's crazy to see like how much less people we have on this like stage right now. It's crazy, man. Only 6 of you. Nady, congratulations on winning immunity. How does that feel?
I don't know. It feels good, definitely. For some reason, There's the same amount of stress at tribal as there always is. So.
Got you. And Max, you and Nitty have been very close since day one on the island. You guys have been on the same tribe. Last tribal council, Nitty did vote for you. Did you guys fix those wounds?
Yeah, I would say we did.
I'd say so.
Carlos, there's a big target on you. Your fellow tribe members. I think you're one of the strongest players here. How you feel about that?
I mean, obviously, I've known that. That's something I've known. I've tried my best to talk to who I have, and I guess we'll just see later on what the results are.
But I'm asking these questions because I want you guys, if there's anything you want to say before we get the vote started, like this is your last chance to say anything.
Yeah, can I say something, actually?
Oh my god.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please don't turn to me. No!
Make the right choice.
What? Anyone else want to tie in? Cody?
Can we
Max.
You want to come in?
Oh no.
Make the right choice tonight. Votes are being read. Nady, safe from tribal conscience. Everyone else is fair game. Votes 1. Taylor. Vote 2. Max. Vote 3. Carlos. 13th person being voted off the island is
Happy Mountains is sweetie, and I appreciate it.
Carlos Gonzalez.
Her Ubers are the cutest.
I voted for Carlos. I think majority of the players left in the game were waiting for the moment that Carlos didn't win immunity, or that there was an opportunity to vote Carlos and not somebody else. And I feel like we were all just waiting for somebody else to win immunity, and I just so happened to be that person.
I felt like a kid about to be ripped apart by their two parents, so I voted for myself. Because I did not know who to vote for. It technically was voting for Carlos, but like I didn't know who to vote for, so I went through the tough strings and I voted for myself.
I voted for Carlos because I don't know, I've been meaning to try and get Carlos up for a while, and I had to make him think that I was gonna be in his alliance. Then I had some second guesses, but you know what? In the end, he's a strong player and he needed to get out.
I voted for Carlos, and I feel like he just needed to go. He needed to leave. He was dominating everything. He was the smartest and he was the best player. And he was the biggest threat that we had. And Nady clutched up. That was all Nady. I had no idea what to do during that challenge. I could not find all the armor pieces, but he did it.
Okay, so I voted for Carlos, of course. I honestly, he was the most dangerous player for me personally, and I do not see myself winning this game with him in the final 3 with me.
Well, Carlos, the stage is yours. You have unlimited time to talk. Whatever you want to say, go ahead and say it.
All right, well, it was close. It was a good game. Obviously, it was known that my time was overdue. I was supposed to be voted out eventually. It after last episode, I kind of gained myself a little bit of hope. I really thought that there was gonna be a chance that Max and Maya maybe wanted to stick towards my side and vote with me to try to get someone out. From there, we could have priority vote, or majority vote, I should say. And from there, we could have made plays off that. But obviously, I understand everyone's decision. They all know that if they go to the finals with me, there's nothing they're gonna do. They're not gonna get that far in that. But it's smart of them. But they're stuck in a really weird spot. Max, got voted last time, and it's gonna be very scary for him trying to regain their trust, because they all know that he's a threat. And I was trying to explain to him as much as I could to say, hey, you know, you can't trust them. You know, like I'll be here for you. I will be a trustworthy person to you if you know, want to go with that. But I think it came down to I think it makes sense because I think him and Nady probably reformed their alliance, and although that's a smart thing for him, it's something he'll have to look out for. And I thought he was taking a look a little more into that. You know, it's been a good run. You know, it's been very good.
Safe to say, I mean, I think you were the first ever island challenge beast. I mean, you were extraordinary challenges, but unfortunately the island challenges only play a small part of it.
I mean, there's really nothing else. I wish all of them the best of luck from going there on. I see them watching down on me here. And, oh, shoot.
Whoa.
Yo.
What's up, man? What are you doing here?
Yo, man, I was, you know, listen, man, I heard a lot from the seas over there, man, and it's unfortunate that you're getting voted off, bro. Like, what's going on, man? What's going on?
It's rough, man. I don't think they liked when I said that Taylor broke up with me. I think they wanted me to say I broke up with her, and they all kind of got mad at that. And look, I mean,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Have you checked Twitter? I mean, she's been talking a lot of S about boys and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, at the end of the day, you know, boys will be boys, girls will be girls. You know, sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you know, you got Jacob over there laughing in the background about you know, you guys breaking up. He's happy about it. You know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's so glad.
Yeah, he's honestly jealous of you, man. Let's be real, man.
Yeah, I'm sure Cody will give him a ticket right back to the island next week. Take place in my spot so he could be with Taylor.
Exactly. But you know, at the end of the day, man, you always could be with me, man.
You know, if you can't win with guys or girls, might as well.
Boys always have your back, man.
Boys always have your back. You hear that, Cody?
Exactly. Well, I mean, can we get like Taylor over here? I want to speak to her.
Oh, let's send Carlos off first, Chris. I'll let you come up to the main island off with me. But Carlos,
wait, I want Carlos to see this though, man.
Yeah, it's might be.
Okay, one last trip back, Carlos. Let's go up.
Back? Oh, okay. You can bring her here.
We're going back. Let's go.
We're going back.
We're back.
We ain't going
back. Island.
Welcome home.
Yo.
Oh my god. Oh
yo. What's up?
Oh my god, you died, man. That's crazy.
Nah. Actually, fun fact: when he told me to sail off, I didn't actually sail off. I was actually just lurking on the coast.
He was on the ship.
I didn't dust off. No, Taylor, I did not dust off.
Wait.
Hey, Taylor. Hey.
Hi.
You sounded so excited. You heard my friend.
Oh.
Yeah.
About
Silent real fast.
Hey now. Don't go for Bessie Taylor.
So what's going? Oh no! Don't worry. Don't mind me. I still like Taylor. Taylor's my friend, but Carlos is my brother, and I heard you broke his heart by cheating on him.
Whoa.
Well, he took me on a really bad first date.
Whoa! There was a sunset. There were drinks.
Exactly.
Music.
She sounds unappreciative.
Oh
my god.
It all makes sense now, man.
What did Jacob do? What did Jacob do for your name? That's what I'm saying.
I'm not with Jacob.
Whoa. Because Jacob did nothing. That's all I'm saying.
How about Toes, huh? He won the Love and House. And you were on that.
What is this? Oh no! Whoa! What's going on here? I didn't know about that. I did not know about that.
Look, you know when you quote unquote left the island, right?
Yeah.
You played that masterpiece of a song.
Oh yeah, my rap.
Yeah. Can we get a live performance?
I don't know.
This is your stage right here.
No. I don't know. That's probably for the finale. Come on, Taylor, follow me. Okay. I was over there in that water over there, and I was watching for myself. You know, I kind of at first when I saw you guys, you know, together, I shed a tear. You know, Carlos was so happy, and then you called him a dick.
I don't trust you at all, though. You're kind of a dick. I did do that.
Why are you smiling?
No, I'm not smiling. I just.
You don't belong on the table,
Why is
and you know
Carlos
it. On your bed.
I don't. He's not. It's just. He just really turned against me. Because I really liked him. And then suddenly, he wanted to vote me off the whole island.
Yeah, that's right. You make biggies, make friends. All around the world. Should we play more Hollow Knight or should we play something else? Hollow Knight. I made the decision. Now I got to stand by it. I know what you meant. We're all good. Hard to believe how hot it was a week ago. Because a bit over a week ago. Because it's freezing now. But why did I start a new game? Note to self. Home button brings you to the Steam thingy. Whoops. Hmm. That's a good stretch. Oh, that thing's... I forgot the Red Shadow Legends thing. It's still up. My code still applies if anyone's interested. My campaign goes until tomorrow. 4 hours from now, tomorrow. That's when the campaign ends. So yeah. I will be back. And sorry.
CL's asking if you're okay, by the way.
Me? For what?
I don't know. I'm just reading chat. See, now you're getting pissed at me. I'm just reading chat. There's no bias in that chat. It's just me reading it.
No. Wait, no, me?
Hello there, Mage. Sorry I missed your raid while I was in the bathroom. Thank you for the raid, Mage. You're sweet as always, and always appreciated. So did you just come from your stream, or did you just feel like raiding for the hell of it? Yeah. How was your stream? Was it good? I hope it was good. It was quiet. It happens. But I'm sure you know that. May have been quiet, but I hope it was still fun. Because it's not worth doing if you don't have fun. Or at least that's how I feel about it. Sorry about that. It was fun. Cool. What were you playing today? Resident Evil 8. Nice choice. I've been playing Hollow Knight, but yeah, that just ended. Hardest difficulty, are you mad? Jeepers, it's nuts, man. Why would you want to do that to yourself? That explains that explains it. Yep. So it balances. Still hard though, yeah. But what are you gonna do? I got something in my eye. Yeah. Yeah, I do know. I do know.
I thought we really hit it off, actually.
Continuing
like you were
Jade's
saying.
video from
And then suddenly he wants me gone. How do you think that makes me feel?
I'm gonna go join my
wanted you
friends
to be eliminated.
for some anime.
And then the next episode, he was going to purposely
Thank
get
you.
eliminated.
I appreciate
So you
alert.
both can dust off
Feel
into the
free to bring
sunset.
them back. Bring your friends
And
over
live
to the stream. It's
He
fine.
wanted you.
True.
You're
I am
his
trying to
prize.
get enough viewers in my stream so that I can become partner.
I mean, that's really sweet, but
By my
I never wanted
anniversary,
any
which
of
is the
that,
end of
and he
this
never
month.
talked to me about it. Relationships are
That's
about a
a shitty
mutual thing,
anniversary.
and he never said anything to me.
Didn't realize.
Mutual.
Fair enough.
Maybe I don't want to live happily ever after
Thank
forever on a boat with him in the sunset. I'm so sorry. I never wanted it to come to this.
Enjoy
Sounds
your
like there's
life.
someone else, Taylor.
And enjoy
Sounds
the
like
anime.
there's someone
There's
else.
nobody else.
There is someone else going on here, and
No.
Alright, Kurt, I gotta take you away, man. Your visa's up.
Oh, maybe for next episode. Don't sound sad, Taylor. It's horrible acting anyway. You don't care about Carlos.
Alright. Taylor, sorry about that. You know, his critter's critter. He died! He died!
stream. I'm a. Carlos is serving. You be my island e-date.
Wins a solo ability, kills every single person in the challenge.
This is challenge 2, obstacle course. This
Have to
course
walk
may
the
look
dog,
simple,
that's
but there are
fine.
puzzles underlying in the parkour jumps as well. Campers need to
So
finish the
big.
parkour course 3 times before starting on the color puzzle. They will use sticky pistons to rearrange color blocks to replicate the model in front of them. The first camper to finish the puzzle wins solo immunity. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, boom! Alright, campers are off.
No, I did not.
They're gonna have to complete this obstacle course 3 times. Nady has figured out the puzzle. He's moving on to the ladder stage right now. Toes is now on the obstacle course. He's got.
Where do I go?
Toes, use that brain of yours, man. Come on, I see the gears turning. Okay. Nady finishes the obstacle course. All right, Nady finished his first obstacle course. He's gonna do this 2 more times before he can start the puzzle here. Maximus jumps forwards. He's grabbing his bow. He's taking his shot.
Okay.
There you go, Max. Nady finished his second here. He finishes twice. Nady's on his last run for the obstacle course here. Wait, Nady places all of his current powder. Nady's starting on the puzzle right now. Because the player started on the puzzle, we're actually going to make the parkour stage easier for the rest of you. All right, Nady is now on the puzzle. He's going to need to replicate this to look exactly like the model shown in front of him. Max is now starting the puzzle as well. We have 3 campers starting the puzzles. It's a sticky piston puzzle. Nady actually getting really close to finishing here. Oh, snap. Wait. Nady finishes the parkour. He went solo immediate again. Wait.
Oh, we just kidding, JK.
No, he hasn't finished. He's placed the corners on the wrong side. Oh no!
Hey everyone, before we get to talking
Nady's
about
figured this out, Chad. Look how fast he's going. What the frick, is Nady a challenge beast as well? Oh snap! Wait, Nady finishes the parkour. He went solo immediate again. Wait.
Oh, we just kidding, JK.
No, he hasn't finished. He's placed the corners on the wrong side. Oh no! Wow, Nady's figured this out, Chad. Look how fast he's going. What the frick, is Nady a challenge beast as well? Wait, Maximus is kind of.
Yeah, there's Mario Kart. Okay. I've never really been one for Mario Kart.
Oh my
or
gosh,
racing
Toes!
games. But
Wait. Holy shot, no shot, Toes.
I will at
Toes
least
came out of
try and have
nowhere.
someone else have a clip in between.
He's
Break
so
it up
close.
a little.
He's so close. Yeah. Toes went solo immunity for challenge.
Let's go.
Let's go, Toes.
Let's go.
You are safe from tribal council.
Is there anything you can't do in Minecraft?
Adventure mode. Oh wait, no, I'm not.
Other than have rounded
Okay,
edges?
guys, so let's take a nice stroll along the beach.
I had my.
So like, what the hell?
Y'all, I cannot tell you how
do?
depressed that challenge made me.
Bro, I literally finished, but the corners were.
What? I don't know who's voting who tonight, chat.
All right, what's up?
Alright, so are we hard voting Taylor right now?
That's
Is
what
that the plan?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's just up to the other 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this honest. It's hard to trust you two.
I mean, I just feel like, coming from my perspective, I have done nothing to break anyone's trust here, and the only reason people are suspicious of me is because of things people have said about me.
Taylor, you literally said that you wanted Jacob out, and you were gonna break his trust.
Okay, and you did too, and you're his best friend.
No, I never said. I never broke his
You were
trust.
actually-
I told him up
no,
front.
Max.
I told him up front, and I said I was gonna vote for him.
I know. You are so conflicted with what to choose.
Very conflicted, yeah.
And so I just want to be straight up with you on I wanted to talk with you about this last week, but we did not have the chance. And everything just went like, it just got screwed up. My plan, I wanted to have you, me, and Jacob in the final 3. I thought that was fair. I thought that was
I thought that was extremely unfair, actually. Jacob would have won.
No, I know. I'm just saying, Max is being a very.
And I think I should get
aggressive
another
player.
VTuber to show me
I don't think
the
it
ropes.
is.
I'm
I don't
scared
know.
of him.
What do
it's
you
kind of
guys
the thing with him and Carlos. Carlos made very convincing points to why, like, who to choose and who not to choose, but the last tribal council. I think when it came to me, the Jacob situation, he came to me with very valid points of why we should get Jacob out of here, and it made sense. But I was closer with Jacob than I was with anyone else on this island, and I stuck with that. I don't know.
But why is it? I need you to see that me over Max is not a good decision, dude. Like, I'm being completely transparent with you.
Max is less of a threat than you are. I'm not gonna lie. That's just my opinion when it comes to the jury.
Well, Nady, the problem is, don't you see what's gonna happen? Max voted out Jacob. Max is gonna vote out you. Max is gonna vote out all of us. I don't see how you don't see how Max is in a really good position right now, and he's willing to betray all of those promises. Max doesn't want you in the final 3, dude.
Okay,
I don't
so
know how
let's
many
say-
times Max has
let's-
vouched for you.
Let's say I say yes to this, right? And I vote with you. I'm not saying that I am doing this, but hypothetically, yes. Who are we voting for in that scenario?
At like right now?
Yes. If I were to vote, who are you voting
Holy hell! Really?
Who do you want to vote for if it's not me?
I can't answer that question. It's really not. I mean, you want to vote with me, so who do you want to vote?
I told you, I think Max is our collective biggest threat. Okay, so why are you voting me?
Why am I voting you?
Yeah, I just want to know why.
Maya's a good teammate. She voted with. She's the only one that didn't vote me on the last round. So if you really wanted Jacob out, you would have voted him, but you voted me. So I'm just saying, Maya. I wouldn't vote Maya. Me and Nader are buds now, and Toes is my best chance for it because he's the other person. He's my best chance. So Taylor, you're literally the only one that. And you've been decently untrustworthy. Like you voted me, and you lied to me that you were gonna vote Jacob, but you voted me.
Okay, so I know people are very set on voting me, but I need to know if you're going with that too.
It's the only DLC I had weapons where you can play a sword and knock off. What the hell?
I don't want to vote you out because we've been together since day 1. But if I don't vote you, they're gonna get me out next week. If I don't get immunity.
Well, no, because that's the problem. If you keep me in, I'm here. I have been protecting you this entire game, Maya. And I am willing, like 2 of us, 2 votes is more powerful than 1. So I'm willing to be here to protect you if need be. Because I want you to be with me.
I don't cry.
Well, I just have a few questions, like always. Taylor, I see you're on the cutting board again. Is there any last things you want to say before we get voting?
You know, I really just think, I feel like it's inevitable at this point. Like, someone hears one thing and it goes into their heads as the first impression, and you can't make your way past it. So, even though I feel like I've explained a lot of really important things and I can see how the end of this game is gonna go, I feel like I just don't have people with me.
Alright, campers. Let's start the voting. Here are the votes. Here we go. Votes 1. Max. Votes 2. Taylor. 14th camper to vote off the island is Taylor 2 votes.
I it was just inevitable, and it had to happen at some point.
I voted for Taylor because, sadly, because I knew if she got into Final 3,
Really?
she would
Wow.
definitely win over me. But I definitely did not want to vote her. But I knew long term it was Bessie Taylor had to go. Sadly.
I voted for Taylor. I think it was her time. I think she played an amazing game, and I'm happy to have met her. Same thing with a lot of the people here. They're all really close friends of mine. Well, they're all really good friends of mine now. I think Taylor is one of them. I've gotten to know her a little bit. Yeah, I'm proud of her to make it this far. I just had to think about myself and who I want to bring to the final 3, and who I want to be at the final 3, and yeah.
So I voted for Taylor. Reason why?
Well, I do like
there's
Nightmare
also
Before
another
Christmas.
reason. She was trying
This
to
is no
get
secret.
me out for 2 rounds. As she said to Carlos and to many people, as she voted for me this time. And another time is I really can't trust her after what she did to Jacob, or what she says. What she was going to do to Jacob.
Taylor, before we get started your interview, I want to say I think you played a really good game. I understand the cards were dealt to you very badly. You had a very bad hand. You were thrown down the gutter every tribal council. I think it's safe to say you had the most votes out of anyone in the island by a long shot. And you made it to the final 5, which I know it's not the final 3 like you were hoping, but I think everyone here knows you played a really good game. Doesn't matter what people think, screw them. You know yourself that you played a good game.
I just want to say, first of all, this is the rose that Carlos gave me on our date. And I just want to say, Carlos played a mean game. And I think it's really fitting that we're both going out in the same episode, because he played really well and I think I played really well. So, cheers to him for that. So, here's the rose he gave me. But then there's also this. Oh God. Okay, anyways. So, this is the bamboo promise. So, a lot of people don't know what it is. They think it's some weird love thing between me and Jacob. It's not. The bamboo promise was basically a promise that I would win the game and I'd stay in the game no matter what. And that promise was broken tonight. But it's okay, cause I believe in all of my friends. So even though the bamboo promise has been broken, doesn't mean the bamboo can't go in the favor of all of my friends up there.
Who are you rooting for?
Honestly, I don't think I have someone in mind. I think I'd be happy if any of them won. I don't really have someone in mind actually, so I don't know.
Taylor, played a great game. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I'm glad I made so many friends, and good luck to everyone. That's all.
Do you want me to take this bamboo?
You can take it if you want. I was just gonna leave it out in the universe, but yeah.
Taylor.
Oh God.
Hey.
Hi.
And let me see my bamboo, right? Let me see that bamboo.
Why do you want this bamboo? Do not do anything weird with it. Whoa, hey, Krita, come on. That's someone.
No. That's from Jacob. Taylor, all I can say now, this is the rose that Carlos gave you.
Krita, she doesn't like Carlos.
I understand, but she should have listened to him.
What do you mean?
She should have listened to Carlos. He was right all along, and now look at them.
She rejected Carlos's love. I know you and Carlos are brothers. I know you're his wingman. But look, it's Taylor's choice. If she doesn't like a boy, then that's it. End of story, Can't force her to love someone. Like, you can't. You gonna force your girlfriend to love you, Krita?
I am. She has no choice but to. I mean, look at me. And look at Carlos. Strong, athletic. He's not stronger than me, but.
What about Carlos under the mask, though?
What do you mean?
get both versions of Minecraft. Should be in. I'll keep that in mind. I will think about it.
What are you trying to say? You trying to say his voice is high or something?
I'm just saying, man. You know, we've seen the cracks. I'm sure Taylor has heard the cracks. Like, is Carlos the same muscular man once he leaves that island? And does Taylor want to go home with Carlos under the mask?
Ah, look who it is! Look who it is! Look who it is!
Da, da, da,
Yeah. I got a bone to pick with you, buddy.
Swimming trunks.
Whoa! What are you dressed up for, man?
Well, I mean, I left the island and I was able to go, dress up and finally take a shower after living on this island forever.
Cody, give me the promise. Don't give that bamboo stick back to me.
Can I have that bamboo stick back, please?
It's Jacob's property, Critter. I can't, man.
Yep. Yeah.
Critter.
What are you gonna do with this, man?
Critter, please give it back to Jacob.
Don't worry, I have more where that came from.
I should think.
So, I just want to say you played a great game. This means more than anything. Nah, the boy's not here right now. I'm sorry. This is where we're at right now. And these past episodes of Survivor were amazing.
What happened to your floaties?
I learned how to swim.
You did?
I'm gonna be sick! Get me off this island. Get me off of this island. How do I?
You got it, bro.
Yeah,
bro, you still don't know how to learn.
We know why I got it.
Still can't ride a boat. Still haven't learned. Alright, so you take that crossbow, you take those arrows. Any men you see, you shoot them.
Right.
You shoot them, okay?
Right, okay, thank you.
Alright, safe travel, sailor.
Thank you.
Played a great game.
Thanks, man. Bye.
Bye, Taylor. Everybody, 07 in the chat for Taylor 2 Pugs. 14th camper leaving the island. Wow.
I like the head pat. As I said before, I'd like to put someone else's video in between these two, but yeah. Oh. It has this.
Yeah. I was a little excited to finally play the Insane Trilogy. Now, I don't describe games this way very often, but I am just happy that this collection exists. An HD remaster of Crash Bandicoot is something that everybody has been asking for years. Back when the whole HD trilogies of like Ratchet, Sly, and Jack were the hot thing on PS3. But since Crash is owned by Activision, and Activision is... Yeah, we were kinda doubtful. But thanks to some rumors, fan outcry, and a little teasing here and there from Sony themselves, we finally got exactly what we wanted. Yay! Crash was also tossed into Skylanders, but hey, that's already in the past, and we at least got some pretty cool figures out of it.
Why?
And actually, my copy of the game is still sealed. You may be wondering why. That's because I actually got a review code for the game. I've been playing it digitally instead. Thank you, Activision, for that. Why I went ahead and bought the game anyway? I just had to. I wanted the box. To say that I was ridiculously hyped to finally play this would really do my level of excitement no justice. But without any further ado, no more small talk here and there.
No more building of the lily.
Let's finally dive in. Initially, Crash Bandicoot was brought to us by the fine folks at Naughty Dog, an amazing studio that brought us the likes of Way of
Dude, that's
the
a
Warrior
wonderbox.
and Keith the Thief. That's what they were known for, right? But despite ND not being involved with this collection, luckily Vicarious Visions is at the helm, who were responsible for the not amazing but still pretty good Crash Bandicoot GBA games. Hey, it's better than nothing. But boy, they certainly had a whole lot of work ahead of them. They couldn't simply up-res the graphics and then boom, ship it. Don't get me wrong here, the original Crash trilogy are classics, but they definitely need some polishing up, especially Crash 1. So, two general things needed to be improved on with the Insane trilogy as a whole: presentation and gameplay. And in short, ooh boy, they did it! What's interesting with Crash Bandicoot as a trilogy is each game is pretty drastically different from each other, so there's a lot to consider with each one. The first game starts off pretty simple. You progress from grasslands and rivers to mysterious bridges and factories, all to save your creepily curvy girlfriend. No amount of remastering is gonna make that any less weird. The second game, Cortex Strikes Back, introduces a warp room that allows the game to maintain the realistic vibes of the level themes, but does a whole lot more with it. You got snow areas, the sewers, you can ride a jet board, you even go into space!
Wow.
All of this to gather up crystals to, quote-unquote, help Dr. Cortex save the world. Yeah, you're full of crap, Cortex. The name of the game already spoils your plan. And Crash 3 really just went crazy. Time travel is now involved. So now
Yeah, I
you travel
noticed
to
that.
places like the prehistoric
But I liked
era,
that one.
ancient Egypt, the Arabian Nights, and boy, there are vehicles aplenty. Riding a motorcycle in the 1950s, riding a little tiger on the Great Wall of China, shooting down blimps in a plane during World War I. It's ridiculous. They also gave Crash a bazooka. It's very confusing. I like it, it's just very confusing. All of this is done to gather up even more crystals to stop Cortex and the evil mask Uka Uka from taking over the world. Basically, there is a whole lot of different stuff going on in each game that had to not only be maintained, but also updated to attempt to please fans, new and old. And prepare yourself, I am probably going to be fanboying all over this quite a lot. Immediately upon starting any of the games up, the opening cutscenes are perfect. To say the animations have been
I
improved
watched
upon
Achievement
would
Hunter,
really be
play
underselling just how good they look.
the Insane
The voice
trilogy.
acting is top-notch too, bringing back familiar voice actors from more recent games that recite the original lines word for word. As someone who has played through the originals dozens of times, it just made me really happy seeing these classic scenes upgraded to this level. There are even some new details here and there, such as Tawna actually fighting back, rather than just sort of standing there awkwardly. Something she did a lot of back in the day. Hey, look at that, Nathan Drake. Neat. And I also gotta say, Coco is absolutely adorable.
Yeah, she is. But Coco was always adorable. She was always adorable.
Oh my god, I love you.
She's
Also,
adorable.
she was totally watching
She was
the
adorable before, and now she's
She has good
adorable.
taste. And hey, speaking of, you can actually play as Coco throughout most of the 3 games too. That's right, get your own stinking laptop battery. She plays exactly the same, but still, it's pretty cool. And it
nice to have
actually
the
makes
choice.
sense in the canon. She's actually traveling back through time through the Time Twister machine to help her brother out on his adventures. Oh man, she is the greatest. Now for those of you who are unfamiliar, themes aside, gameplay is very similar in concept throughout all 3 games. You got a bunch of linear hallway-like levels that play out from either behind or from the side, with the occasional mid-level
She does
backtracking,
make me question
which,
Furry.
yes, is just about as annoying as it was back in the day. It really doesn't matter what you do to it, pissing it away will continue to be the bane of my existence. Also, yes, haha, pissing it away. Whether or not that level of authenticity
I always
is
like the
good or a
puns with
bad
the
thing
names.
is
I do.
entirely up to you. I am honestly
But
totally fine
personally,
with
I
it
thought
since I'm
Coco
used
was
to the
always cute
classics,
and
but some newcomers
more attractive
may
than
have
the
a rough
girlfriend.
time. It's not as difficult as, say, Dark Souls, but really, what is? And graphically, the games are now gorgeous, presented to us in glorious 4K resolution. God, I hate that so much. There are so many different landscapes throughout all three adventures, and they really pop out a whole lot
Crash
more
has
than
always
before.
been very punny.
And a really neat new touch, levels with similar themes will typically end up looking slightly different now, meaning each stage also does a better job of standing out. Turtle Woods being rainy and the pits being sunny is a perfect example. Although a few of the enemies do look a little off in comparison with the original, like the penguins here, they kinda just look better in the originals, and these birds, they just look weird. But really, that's the best
Yeah,
I
they
got in
always
terms
look
of
weird.
looking worse.
Can you
The
tell anything?
soundtracks have also been faithfully
I reckon he
remastered.
is, yeah.
While the original composer, Josh Mansell, didn't return, the tunes overall still sound great. And again, in terms of the first game needing improvements, some of the songs in the original were mostly ambience for something like Slippery Climb, but now it has a much more prominent melody, making for a much better track. It's just good stuff all around. And I can also say with confidence that, while not 100% accurate, Crash controls just like he did back in the day, and even a little bit smoother. To be fair, it may be that the game just does a bit of a better job with visual cues, but Crash 1 is nowhere near as difficult as the PS1 version. Don't get me wrong though, still hard.
People were
Like
still
the
learning
same goes
depth
for
when the
cog
first
rolls.
one came out,
Between
weren't
the
they?
smoother controls and the sharper visuals, these felt a lot easier too. One of the most obvious problems with the original Crash 1 was needing to basically perfect every single level,
Yeah.
breaking all of the crates without dying at all to get the gems. Luckily, you can now die as many times as you please. Oh my god, thank you! Although you do actually need to do some levels without dying to get the special color gems, which is a nice compromise, until you remember that Slippery Climb is one of those levels.
Oh no.
Oh boy. And oh man, I love this. Crash's stupid victory cry is back, and it's just as dumb as ever. It's so good.
Crash is back, folks. There has never been a better time to be alive on this sweet, sweet, sweet green planet of ours, Earth.
And speaking of Slippery
That is
Climb,
what Michael
there's
from
actually
Achievement
going to
Hunter
be
said.
DLC for Crash 1 that supposedly contains Stormy Ascent, which was a removed level from the original Crash 1, which is just a harder version of Slippery Climb, a level that's already considered to be one of the hardest in the game. Aren't you excited? I am.
Super
Time
duper!
trials were added to the first two games as
Super
well.
duper excited!
In Crash
Yeah,
3, they
super
were
duper!
already there and actually required to get access to the last few levels.
I don't
And
know how
while
you get
they
the furry
still
outfit.
are, the ones in the first two are totally optional. They even added the speed shoes from Crash 3 into 2, and it totally fits. Crash 1's design is so restricted that I'm fine with just sticking to my natural speed. Except when you're trying to get all the platinum relics, and then the platinum relic in the lab, you have to do some insane frame perfect movements. Oh my god, what were they thinking? Still got every single platinum relic though. Now, I don't mean to brag. Yes I do. Crash Bandicoot 1 definitely needed the most changes out of all three games. Just the fact that you can now save between every level as opposed to every couple of levels, maybe, is a huge improvement. Some stuff, however, simply couldn't be saved if they were truly sticking to a one-to-one recreation. The game's pacing is just off. Some levels are long, some levels are short, some are really hard, the next one may be really easy, and all of this is seemingly happening at random. The adventure doesn't necessarily ramp up in difficulty, difficulty just shows up whenever it wants. But hey, that's how the original was. That being said though, I still had a blast being able to play through this game without the constant fear of dying. Combined with the much tighter controls, even Slippery Climb, which I joke about, was a much more enjoyable time. I always really loved the very natural feeling of the game's worlds, as opposed to the over-the-top extravagance you would expect in a 3D platformer. And with the beautiful new graphics, I gotta tell ya, I kinda was in heaven. But going back to the issue of pacing, the bosses remain pretty easy and not all that interesting. But man, bless Vicarious Visions, they certainly tried. Papu Papu now has 5 hit points as opposed to 3. Ooh. And done. Ripper Roo's iconic laugh is gone too, which is super disappointing. His current one is okay, but come on, you can't top the classic. And I don't care what anyone says, the skinny legs on Koala Kong still weird me out. God, man, do not skip leg day. Bottom line though, nitpicks aside, this is the definitive version of Crash 1. That's right, I said it. Though admittedly it really wouldn't take much to make Crash 1 better. But hey, at least they did it. That's awesome. As for Crash 2, Cortex Strikes Back, aka the best one, all that really needed to be done was put on a fresh coat of paint. That's really it. The level designs are still really fun. And with Crash's new moveset like a nice slide jump, simply traversing the levels is a lot more enjoyable. The adventure follows the same natural feeling environments of before, but with a nice, much-needed dose of variety, such as controlling a jetboard, riding a polar bear, and there's even a jetpack. The game still maintains the core hallway design with all of these different gimmicks, without ever feeling overbearing. Polar does feel a bit off compared to the original, but I wouldn't really say worse, just slightly different. Also, holy crap, the new giant polar bear is absolutely terrifying. Get it away from me!
Yeah, it is.
The game also introduced a lot more personality, with little cutscenes that'll pop up from time to time in the warp room. And with all of the new animations, I can watch Cortex lie through his teeth all day. He looks damn good doing it. And also Coco shows up every now and then, and she is just, again, she's just really precious. The room could be a bit darker though. The atmosphere was still better in the original. Come on there, Vicarious Visions. The bosses are really cool too. Shout out to Tiny Tiger for being cool looking and not,
I'm just trying to do my job, and you go and cause all this chaos.
That, and oh man, something I was really hoping they would do. Crash now properly tosses Wumper Fruit at Engine instead of them just materializing. I take it back, Vicarious Visions. Good on you guys. And wow, they even made the final boss better too. Cortex went down far too quickly in the original. Now it takes a lot longer, and this is totally awesome. They actually gave a reason as to why you're chasing him in the first place. I totally forgot that Cortex had a crystal before the adventure even started.
He did?
So instead of just flying away, he's making his way back to his ship with that one crystal in hand. And I really love that detail. Man, you guys, Crash 2 is just really, really good. In terms of what needed improving, the same kinda goes for Crash 3. Warp!
I played that one. I actually had that one at one point.
Just take the original, make it pretty, that's it. I will say though, after playing all 3 games back to back, which is something I haven't done in quite a while, Crash 3, I actually like a little bit less than I thought I did. I honestly think the adventure goes for far too much variety now. And while some of it is certainly enjoyable, some of it is
that
just
tiger on the Great Wall bollocks annoyed the hell out of me. It was the worst.
Super frustrating when you're aiming for first place. And the plane gameplay is just sorta there. And actually, this is kinda bizarre, the jet ski levels are the only thing in the entire collection that end up feeling worse. It's really weird, every other gameplay style feels totally fine, but the jet ski simply has looser controls, and when compared side to side with the original, you can see just how slow you turn in comparison. Did they not notice that? I got used to them in time, so they're definitely not bad, but the original definitely did it better. None of this stuff is outright terrible, but Crash definitely shines the brightest in its core platforming, and I just wish there was more of that here. The bosses remain pretty cool too. Tiny Tiger looking as sweet as ever, Entropy still looks fairly menacing, and the fight against Engine is actually super cool now, but come on, you already know, my man Dingo Dial is still the king. He doesn't say his post-loss line about warning Crash on the rest of his adventure, which does kinda stink, but really, everything else is great. Ultimately, I still do love Crash 3, just not as much as the polished Crash 2, and even the improved Crash 1. And just like the original, I absolutely love these enemies in particular. He tries his hardest to get to you, but you just simply pass by his obstacles and he's like, oh no, he's totally gonna spin into me, isn't he? I still have a whole life ahead of me. Please just tell my wife that I love her. So, I may not like Crash 3 as much as I used to, or as much as some of you guys out there may still do. But that really doesn't matter. The game is still awesome, and really, bottom line, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is fantastic. It is exactly what we've been asking for what feels like forever. A better and prettier Crash 1, a prettier Crash 2, and a prettier Crash 3. I am just so happy that this is finally a thing. These 3 games are certainly relics of time, but remember, this is a series that started before 3D platformers were really a huge deal and developers really knew how to make them, and it managed to still properly compete with Mario for a short time.
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived.
Crash Bandicoot has a place in history. These games deserved a modern-day spotlight, and while the original versions will continue to be a huge part of my childhood, Insane Trilogy is now the way to go to play some good old classic Crash. Also, can't forget about this guy, Fake Crash is here as well. Look at this majestic fool. So, like many of you out there, I am very hopeful now for Crash's future. I think it's safe to say that maybe a new Crash racing game is somewhere down the pipeline. They've been harassed about this, so I'm sure it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. And hey, you developers, you're not gonna get past me on this. Oh, hey, look at this in the credits. Oh, no bandicoots were harmed, huh? Huh, that seems awfully familiar. That seems like Spyro the Dragon, where they had the whole no sheep were harmed thing. Now give us Spyro the Dragon. Alright, get the camera up, let me do the dance. Are you happy now?
We need a video that is not edited.
Yeah, we can't wait.
We got any peas?
We're really excited.
Merry Christmas.
All the small things, true care, truth brings.
You
I'll
okay?
take
Yeah, I'm fine.
Your ride, best trip. Always, I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting.
How did it go?
Yep, nailed it.
Say it ain't so. I will not go. Turn the lights off. Carry me home.
Hey, Ellie.
Hi.
Oh, yeah. I skate a bit too.
You want to come in?
Yeah, that was quite the dance.
Oh, it's cool.
It's not as good as yours, I don't think.
Oh, well, I just have a few stickers, that's all.
Get some stickers for me.
kindness, and if you gave some to me, I think we'd find ourselves dancing in the street. Everyone we meet would smile, a little daydream. It could be amazing. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everybody gave a little love? If I give this gift to you, wouldn't everybody get a little love?
This is weird.
If I give this gift to you, wouldn't everybody get a little love?
That was a weird one. Definitely a weird one.
Mario Kart ROM hacks today, I have a quick little announcement. I was featured in my very first ever
I don't know.
Did You Know Gaming episode.
I just
so
felt
once
that
you're
it was
done
weird.
watching this video, go ahead and click the link up in the corner or down in the description to watch me talk about Mario fan games that got DMCA'd. A lot of cool information in there, and thank you so much to Did You Know Gaming for letting me do one of those videos. And now, time for my dumb video.
Hello, Titi.
I don't think this is what I signed up for. I mean, hey, it's got Kart in the name, and Mario, except the bros are color swapped from how they're supposed to be. Oh wow, yeah, you know what? All right, yeah. I hate this. All right, fine. If it wasn't obvious, this isn't a ROM hack, it is a bootleg. An old one at that. This is one of the very first ever oddities that I've ever played on the internet all the way back in the mid-2000s. It was right there next to friggin' Somari. And I mean, hell, if I don't bring this up now, when will I bring it up? I did happen to find a genuine NES ROM hack where Mario sprites were thrown into RC Pro-Am, and that actually kind of fits in totally fine. You know, it's no Mario versus Noko Noko, but other than that, it'll suffice. That's right, today we're talking about the wide world of racing with ROM hacks for Mario Kart.
It seems like Titi wants to
all
leave
of
the
them.
bedroom
There
now.
are 8 main games in this franchise, and to an extent, every single one of these have been hacked. That's pretty impressive. It's actually so impressive that it is obviously impossible to cover all of it, so if there are any ROM hacks or individual courses that I should check out in the future that I missed today, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. What got me interested in Mario Kart ROM hacks in the first place isn't even necessarily a ROM hack, but more so, an emulator hack. So the original Super Mario Kart is a bit of a classic, right? Admittedly, on a mechanic level, I'm not that big of a fan, but you gotta give respect to how this mega franchise truly started. And what better way to respect it than by remastering it on the fly? Super Mario Kart running in widescreen and HD thanks to a special build of the BSNES emulator. Oh, it's like I opened my eyes
You
for the very
regret
first
playing it?
time. So tech-savvy people are probably able to assess what's going on here, but basically this is a more modern adaptation of the Super Nintendo's famous Mode 7, which allowed a big flat image to be resized and rotated at a moment's notice, giving the perception of 3D. You just make it possible to maximize the output resolution, and we have gold. Dare I say, this is now the definitive way to play this game. I mean, the old pixels are nice, I love 16-bit as much as the next guy, but I can actually see this one. And yeah, you guessed it, since F-Zero uses Mode 7 as well, you can perform the same magic there too, to any game that uses the technology. Actual sprites will still pop in and out of frame within the standard window the game was originally meant for, but in these racing games, who cares? You don't need it. It's when you start using this tech in a platformer like Mario World or Yoshi's Island where the cracks really start to show. But hey, this still tells me that Super Nintendo emulation has a super exciting future ahead. And hey, why not? We're already on the Super Mario Kart train here. Let's put this emulator through its paces and see what hacks we can throw at it. No matter what I do, I can't escape. Hey, how excited do you think the Super SpongeBob kart developer was when they actually made an official kart racer with SpongeBob in it? One of his main character traits is that he's terrible at driving and can't get his license. Why are we putting him in a racing game? Hell, Gary is probably a better driver than SpongeBoy Me Bob over here. But fine, other than conflicting with the deep and very, very important SpongeBob lore, this is a decent set of new racetracks to play through. Some other things, like the items, have also gotten a redesign, but the scope of what's really possible with hacking Super Mario Kart is still pretty limited. Hey, look at this, Hyper Street Kart. It's the same idea, just with Street Fighter instead. There's something magical about Zangief looking like a hairless Donkey Kong here that's just hilarious and disturbing at the same time. Unfortunately, it does seem like custom music isn't really possible in these hacks, which is a shame since Street Fighter music would be amazing here, but for what it is, I will take what I can get. This is still pretty neat. We got a big old fat flying E-Honda shooting a trophy out of his back. What room do I really have to complain? There's Super Mario Kart character chaos that fills the roster with balding Mario Bros, Hatsune Miku, Bomberman, Donkey Kong Jr. smoking.
Why is he smoking?
You know, the usuals. And it is pretty enjoyable racing around with just a full-bodied Pac-Man, I gotta admit. There's Mario Kart R, which changes up the graphics a bit more than usual, which is pretty refreshing, and also, it adds Kirby into the mix, and my bias won't allow me to give this any less than a 10 as a result. There are these pretty neat D-makes of Mario Kart 64 and Double Dash, which cleverly try to adapt tracks from those games into a 16-bit style, which is pretty cool. The Impala Battles focuses on new battle mode maps rather than race tracks, which is pretty cool. Ooh, and then we have the Epic Racers. I see you here. There's a lot of extra production value in this one. And you get to play as Jesus. Yeah, you know, finally hitting those fan-requested characters. The Super Mario Kart hacking scene currently doesn't really have much in the way of frills, but damn, you still got content on top of content to race through. I have not even scratched the surface on what's available here, and that is pretty awesome. The same can't really be said about Super Circuit though, arguably the most forgotten Mario Kart of the bunch. You probably forgot about it until just now. Currently, the only hacks we get to experience are ones that replace racers with new ones. We got 16-bit DK Jr., Bowser, Koopa Troopa, Raphael the Raven, that's a deep cut, and even Sonic is here. Oh, thank goodness, wouldn't be a ROM hack episode without him. There is something pretty neat about having a kart racer filled with drivers that all have clashing art styles. I can really dig this. But if you want to get something a bit spicier, there is always T-Pose Luigi, just T-posing along.
What?
There's something so creepy and ominous about a T-Pose Luigi constantly asserting dominance and trying to get first place. It is very, very bizarre, but I am all in favor of more T-Pose racing games in the future.
Fact.
What do you mean there's something behind me? But now, much like the main series itself, once we go into the third dimension, things get a whole lot more exciting. It is a pretty safe bet to say that every single one of these games has individual custom courses out the wazoo. If you want something different that's not in the main games, you're probably gonna find it really easily. It's not that hard to put into the game, and you're gonna have a grand old time. Where I get interested is where these tracks get put into a nice little package with a pretty little bow. We'll be talking about those in the future as well. Going forward, none of these have T-Pose Luigi in them, but it's hard to top perfection. For example, Double Dash just has a handful of individual custom courses. Creators from around the internet will work on something for people to play through as individual levels, and you download them, and you go nuts. Dude, someone went and converted Pianta Village from Sunshine into a racetrack. You really gotta save the top tier ideas for a top tier Mario Kart, let's be honest. The same goes for Mario Kart 8, custom individual courses as far as the eye can see. Once Nintendo themselves started going above and beyond with the retro courses in these games, the floodgates were burst wide open for fans to step in and make even more courses showing up in the games that they were never intended for. Like having Mario Kart Arcade GP tracks in Mario Kart 8. That is really cool because the arcade game is something that a lot of people will never get to experience. This is the next best thing. And it's extra interesting when you start delving into character mods as well, like putting in Sonic, of course, and Bowsette. Oh no. Once we start experimenting with things that I feel like Nintendo will never actually do themselves, that is where you have my attention. God, I really almost forgot about Bowsette for a second. I was doing good until now.
Could you
Also,
imagine
shout out to the dude who
Bowsette
did the reverse of
being
what I've been
voiced
talking about
by
all this
Jack
time
Black?
and put DK Summit in
hilarious.
Twilight Princess. Yo, we got some real geniuses hiding in the internet shadows.
Not just trying to do a female voice, but trying to do the whole female femme
Yes, this
fatale
is just
thing.
like when I played it as a
Like-
kid. Very daring direction, I gotta say. I mean, we've gotten fighting games left and right from Dragon Ball, that makes sense, but there was that one time they did do a driving episode. You may as well fully flesh that one out, you know? Very impressive roster, too. One that truly transcends time and space. Almost literally.
Give me some pleasure.
Oh yeah, you know. You know that famous Cell quote?
Only one course.
Okay, Vegeta, relax. I'll pick only one course. Stop yelling at me. All right, yeah, it's just Mario Kart 64, but with Dragon Ball Z branding all over the place. I love this. This makes the game better. Instead of green shells, we got Ki blasts. Instead of Lakitu flying around you, it's Master Roshi, likely about to vomit. He is spinning so fast. And Moo Farm, oh, sorry, Nappa's farm, is overgrown with Cybermen and Raditses. Multiple Raditz. I don't really remember that episode from the show. What? Is that Goku eating chicken and the sign just says Kentucky? Kentucky! Yeah, I'm thinking this is my favorite hack thus far, to be honest. Definitely gives me some pleasure. It's just a hair better than Amagami Kart, which replaces all of the characters with those from another anime, Amagami. Never heard of it before, but if it's about kart racing like this is, and it probably isn't, I'm interested. To be fair though, this one does have some more drastic graphical changes, so in all honesty, it is still pretty neat. I really hope this leads to more anime-themed car races in the future. You know, we have too much fighting in the world as it is. Let's just get everyone behind the wheel instead. But for my money, no MK64 mod tops Mario Kart 64.
Could you imagine
Amped up.
Deku-
Not yet a full
Deku
set of
going up
16. We
against
still have a
All For
lineup
One?
of 12 brand new tracks
Oh,
transporting us to such a
racetrack.
wide range of different universes. There's Diddy Kong Racing, Double Dash, Kirby 64. Once again, my bias shining through. I love this a whole lot. And even Glover. Oh my god. Glover finally got some love here. You do gotta love the glove after all. This hack also features a new mechanic with purple coins spread throughout the map, providing a solid speed boost and star power up after collecting all of them. Not really a worthwhile collectible in my opinion, but honestly, the fact that there is a collectible at all is really cool. Mario Kart 64 is far from the best controlling game in the series nowadays, but clearly the doors have been kicked wide open for what's possible in this engine. And the more fan service based tracks we get in the future, the better. We already got Glover, I'm saying Chameleon Twist should be next. And actually, if we jump up a few more generations, we get exactly what I'm talking about. Mario Kart DS Deluxe. You see, we got Bomberman in this one. That's amazing. Once again, I'm very easy to please. This is a perfect 10. DS Deluxe is probably the most complete Mario Kart mod I have ever seen yet. We have a whopping set of 32 brand new tracks to play on. We got stages from other Mario Kart games like Cloud Top Cruise from 8, and even New York Minute from Mario Kart Tour. Yes, the mobile game that I do not know a single person in real life who actually plays it, but we have areas based on real life in that game, and it's pretty cool that we actually have it in a real Mario Kart game this time. And we have areas based on non-racing games like Bob-omb Battlefield from Mario 64, Cascade Kingdom from Odyssey, and Raccoon City from Resident Evil. Oh my god. Now I want Resident Kart. Ah yes, the classic Raccoon City theme song. I think I set up my emulator incorrectly as well because apparently this is supposed to be Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil, but you know what, maybe it still is and he's just really tiny. I can work with that. And unlike Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart DS still plays incredibly well to this day. So having more content with this great control scheme, oh, it's fantastic. If you want some more, there's also 64 Circuit recreating all the tracks from that game into DS, and that's a really fun time. And I also found another ROM hack that has a bunch of original courses as well, Ermi Kart DS. It's similar to Deluxe in that we have a bunch of returning courses as well, and that is always a fun time, but for the original stuff, oh boy, this one is totally memed beyond belief, man. You could race with Shrek in his swamp with a MIDI of All-Star playing in the background. Some would say this makes for a perfect kart racer. And fair point. Apparently you can also unlock Sans as a racer as well. I feel my soul deteriorating as we speak. But now, if you are familiar at all with the Mario Kart ROM hacking community, you already know what the king of all of these ROM hacks is. Custom Track Grand Prix, also known as CTGP. CTGP's presence is really starting to blow up, dude. It is crazy to watch. While primarily found on Wii, where it was first made famous, and oh boy, we will get to that version, variations have also been popping up on different consoles as the years have gone on. We have one on the DS and one on the 3DS, CTGP Nitro and CTGP7 respectively. They all work with very similar ideas to what we've been talking about up until this point, like including 1 million new courses, but with seemingly zero limits at all. If you can imagine it, and if you can make it fit within the console's limitations, you can theoretically just make as many courses as you could hope for. And thanks to technology that I honestly don't understand because I'm not that bright, you can even play all of this content online with other people. Nintendo Wi-Fi connection may be dead, rest in peace, but the communities and the potential therein lives on and lives on strong. CTGP Nitro on DS is the newest one of the bunch, so maybe there are some more hurdles there to get that working, but I mean, hey, we got Green Hill Zone in this one, and that one RC car segment for Mario Odyssey. That's a pretty even trade-off, to be honest. That is really cool. What gets totally wild with CTGP7 and the more famously known CTGP Revolution on Wii, the developers found a way to expand the limit of how much can be accessed at any given time. No doubt because Homebrew does what Nintendo don't. There's also a homebrew called Nintendo, and that was a very multi-layered joke. 7 boasts 50 plus custom courses, as well as the option to customize rule sets for races, something you could not do in the original game. And in Revolution? Oh no, we're just going. You know, I can't even possibly count all of these. It just never ends. It just never ends. Every single one of these is a set of new courses. That is amazing. We got brand new creations, tracks from other Mario Kart games, tracks from other universes entirely. This checks every single one of those boxes, all right. This is the stuff I find the most impressive with this community. The amount of individual custom courses you can find over the internet is staggering, and all of that stuff is really, really cool. But being able to package it in such a unique way, as well as having like more than 100 courses available at any given time with more coming as time goes on, are you kidding me? It is pretty rare nowadays for me to just be completely baffled by how a fan creation was pulled off, but this massive collaborative effort has gone and elevated this from merely being a car racing game that's pretty fun to a fully fledged platform. We got Crash Team Racing courses in this, man. This mod wins. There is also Figure 8 Circuit from Mario Kart DS, you know, that is only the best and most original track from that game, so may as well put it in this one. But even though I'm a sucker for the fan service stuff, even the original courses are pretty good. Sure, it is hard to compete with Nintendo themselves, but there is still so much quality here. I haven't gotten around to playing every single track yet because that would take such a long time, but I think my favorite of the ones I did play has to be Nightlife Party. Really love this concept for a racetrack. It reminds me of that one Christmas level from Pikmin 3. Funnily enough, when I turned this mod on for the first time, it actually connected to the internet to do a sizable download of brand new content. So, 1, there is still stuff happening in CTGP regularly, which once again leads to a very exciting future, and 2, yo, who even needs the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection anymore, man? Wii all the way, baby. Does this mean we can still play Fortune Street online? Yo, this day just went from good to great. Ultimately, a lot of this does just boil down to, once again, every single one of these games has really awesome individual courses. Go download them, have yourselves a grand old time. But I'm hoping with this video, I got to give you all who are trying to dip your toes into the community a nice place to start with some of these pre-packaged ROM hacks.
Just don't.
This is a never-ending Grand Prix, and I'm here for the ride. Pun entirely intended. But if you want one final recommendation, there is the Luigi running mod for Mario Kart Wii. Just look at him go. Ah, so majestic.
Yeah, he is.
Luigi truly does work in mysterious ways.
That was my mum trying to call me again. So I guess maybe we should raid, and I should call her just in case there is something wrong. So yeah. Luigi number 1. Well, in the original Nintendo movie, Super Mario movie, Luigi was the better looking brother. So, who are we going to be raiding? Who is it on? Trina, Tricky, Harleen, Rosalie? We've not raided Rosalie in a while. saw us down in X Gaming. That's kind of cute. Do you guys have any Rosalie? Okay, Rosalie is. Allow me to do the red message. Because we all know how I like to spam people with the fire. And then PYRUSSY. And then I copy. And then I paste. A couple of these boys to the end. Copy. And okay. So there's the raid message. You guys are awesome. And I'm getting this raid underway. So yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on this Morbid Mondays. And thank you so much for keeping me company. I do appreciate it. Bring your friends. We are working on trying to get me to partner. But yeah, you guys are awesome. Never forget that. I shall see you on Wednesday before the Koji collab. And yeah, I'm Pyra, your little fireflower. Now let's raid, shall we? Let's raid. Oh no, Fifi! Sorry! We raided now! I'm sorry! Bye! Hello, goodbye! Mwah!
Because I recorded it. So the highest hit, and this I think was when I was fighting